contemplate how we am I.
Woo! 2-game winning streak. No way, man. I don't believe it. Two whole games without a loss? I mean, there's been a lot of goals allowed in those 2 whole games. I think it's like 9 or 10. But the Leafs have a 2-game winning streak, folks. And it all started when Steve Dangle went to see the Leafs against Pittsburgh with his son. Is Leo Dangle, who has never seen a loss in person, is he the good luck charm we've all been waiting for? Perhaps. I hope that you guys all had a great Christmas. I hope you all had a good time with Steve yesterday on the stream because it was an entertaining game. Man, awesome. And I hope Santa was good to you. For everybody guessing in the chat, yes, I am wearing black tonight, but no, it is not a t-shirt. It's a long sleeve shirt. Normally it's a t-shirt because I get hot, but this one's kind of thin. So I feel like it's good. I also cleaned up my closet today because that's what you do on the holidays when you don't know what to do with yourself. And I found some shirts that were kind of at the back, including this one. I was like, you know what? I like this shirt. I'm going to wear this shirt. Old Slick. What is your Old Slick Travels? Gripper Nation for life dropping a $20 super chat to kick off the festivities. Let's go. Let the grippers loose. It's the last Gripper Nation stream of a very successful 2025, folks. How crazy is that? We're already at that point. It's nuts. Now, Sedin Magic 15, happy holidays, Adam. Did you have a good Christmas? I did have a good Christmas. Everly was with her mom this Christmas, so it was a bit quieter. But I saw my mom and stepdad. I saw Natalie's family, with my in-laws, so my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, my niece and my nephew, my grandfather, my father-in-law and mother-in-law, Grandpa Rob and Grandma Kathy, shout out. And yeah, honestly, it was it was an awesome Christmas. I had a great time. Watched Die Hard Christmas Day, and honestly, I hadn't seen it in a long time. It's a great movie. It really is a great movie. Hayden said she watched, his girlfriend watched it for the first time this year. Hayden, I'm curious to hear what she thought. She's a 26-year-old female, he says, and she effing loved it. Now, I like that. You know what? You know what struck me about Nakatomi Plaza, where the whole Die Hard thing happens? Brand new building, and you go up to like the head office, right? And there's like a fountain, and there's flowers, and there's wood paneling, and there's carpets. It didn't seem like one of those weird tech offices that it's like extremely minimalist, and I was like warm. I was like, man, what happened to it? They need to make a good office space. Like I made Jesse. I don't know if you guys can see the brick here. This is not real brick. It's actually it feels like real brick, but it's actually just drywall that they kind of make look like brick. And it is, you can feel it, like it feels like brick. But I was like, Jesse, when I walked into this room, it was just big and white. I'm like, we need some warmth in here. You know what I mean? I need this to feel like a basement in downtown Toronto that's been renovated and probably underpinned. And that's kind of how it feels. And you guys remember, like, if you're my era, you guys remember those houses that had the actual like fake wood paneling that would just absorb, your friend's dad's cigarette smoke in the basement. Remember that smell? Yeah, I missed that. Everything's all white and open concept. I like open concept, but where's the coziness, right? Nakatomi Plaza had some coziness at the office, and there was I would like the fountain. I'm going to see if we can install a fountain here at SDPN. I think it's a bit of a long shot. Now, cool man Lanny dropping the super chat. Chat, are we ready to cook? Lanny, whenever you say that, I'm always concerned. Now, the Detroit Red Wings have the 8th ranked power play in the league. Toronto moving on up to 30th after 2 power play goals last night. 5th on the PK to Detroit 17th, so that's kind of good for them. And we're about to see face-off here. The Toronto Maple Leafs can score. They just cannot defend. 28th in the league in goals for per game. 5th in goals for. So if they could just stop the bleeding a little bit, they would win more games. How about that? And we have a face-off, Austin Matthews with Bobby McMahon and Max Domi. Kind of like this line last game. I thought they did some good stuff. Cool man Landy, did you see the Sharks game last night, by the way? I saw the highlights. And Macklin Celebrini's he's good at hockey. He's making the Olympic team, right? Like, that would be insane not to include him. Blair Vesey, welcome to STP VIP. And you will now officially get yourself an extra episode every single week. Congratulations. Very excited. So let's have some fun tonight. I don't know what we're going to do in terms of like how many people are showing up tonight. It's one of those things where it feels like it's like the last day of school before before New Year's. People, forgetting that there was a Leaf game. I even forgot there was a Leaf game last night and went to a movie and then saw the Leaf game later. Because it was like, oh yeah, last night was Saturday. I went and saw Marty Supreme. So your boy's been cooking. He's been doing some stuff. Marty Supreme, Hayden wants to know if it was good. If you like Catcher in the Rye, but on copious amounts of performance-enhancing drugs, I think you will like Marty Supreme. I think it's one of the most pointless movies I've ever seen, and I feel like I had the rug pulled from under me. Very well acted, though. Very well acted. Very high octane, but I don't know. It's gonna be an Oscar film for sure. Hayden's like, is that an Oscar bait film? I'm like, hell yeah, that is an Oscar bait film. Absolutely. Listen, I don't think there's a single bad performance. Even Kevin O'Leary, the Canadian billionaire, is in it, and he's pretty good for a not trained actor. I will tell you, as we watch the Detroit Red Wings with their classic jerseys on, and they've got, here goes Nick Robertson, and they got the brown gloves to boot. I thought it was a movie that built and built and built and built, and then it was like a whoopee cushion at the end. Just a pointless movie. That's just me, though. I'm just throwing that out there. No shots for either side yet. 18:05 left in the first period. Robert Bett says, I think we need to bring back Martina Ortiz for good luck. Well, no disrespect to Martina because she's great. But she doesn't control the play on the ice. And I think she's actually, if I'm not mistaken, Martina is now acting full-time and is in The Lion King here in Toronto. She's one of I think she's one of the chorus members right now, which is pretty cool. Hayden says he wishes the Leafs were wearing their blues. Yeah, red versus blue would have been cool tonight. I wonder if Detroit told them last minute, like, hey, we're gonna wear our classic our classic reds, and then the Leafs were like, damn, forgot our blues. Grant Clarkson, why no Pizzetta? I'm not happy. I like Pizzetta. I wish Pizzetta was playing at least a little bit with the Leafs. I know he's, the Marlies have been their own story this year, but it would be nice. I mean, he certainly signed here to be a Leaf, right? Injury out of camp, that kind of sucks. Oliver Ekman-Larsson back to Max Domi. Domi flutters one in, turned aside by Gibson. Matthews with a nice little play, a little bit of a spinorama there. Gibson had it, but hey, there's an Austin Matthews shot. He had 7 in the second period last night, and I got to say, that has been, for me, the most exciting part about this little change that they've made. And obviously, we rarely see teams fire an assistant coach in the middle of a season. It just never happens. You see entire coaching staffs get blown out. You see just the head coach get blown out. Rarely do you fire an assistant. And the Leafs have Derek Lalonde, who Detroit Red Wings fans will know very well, running their power play, along with Steve Sullivan, who was running the Marlies power play, which wasn't great. But hey, off to a good start. I think they were 2 for 3 last night. Moved up a couple points in the we're bad at power play category, which is nice. And I'm hoping that can actually continue. That seems like what they've been practicing, at least according to David Alter from the Hockey News, is a little bit more of a flowy sort of style, which is why they took Matthew Knies off the top power play unit. And obviously he scored on the second unit last night. But so much of what Mark Savard's power play setup really went through Matthew Knies, which, fine, but you didn't get the puck to the all-world goal scorer in Austin Matthews. And I, for one, believe that Austin Matthews will be very good again. He had 3 points last game, so that's good. I think that there is I think it's too early to call curtains on Austin Matthews' career at 28 years old. And, if last night's any indication, a couple monster games would be nice. Now, it's good to see Knies, Michelli, and Tavares together. That's an interesting combo. And I think it was time, and Steve said this in his LFR, switch Knies off the top line. Like, the team's been struggling. The top line has been doing terribly. They're the only line you haven't played with. You seem to have the depth figured out. Like, think about this. Scott Lawton line, producing. Dakota Joshua and Nick Waugh, whoever's paired with them, they seem to be producing. Oh, Tavares got one right in the mouth. Oh, my God. No penalty on that? Wow. Well, I can't believe the ref missed that. That's brutal. Oh, it was Knies' stick. Okay, well, there you go. Wes Richard dropping 5 SDPN memberships. Daddy Wes dropping in for some pre-New Year's fun. What's up, Daddy? Wes Richard. By the way, shout out to everybody who got an SDPN membership. That means that you get the extra episode of VIP out every single week on Friday mornings. That means 4 episodes per week. If you want to upgrade and become a monthly subscriber, you can be a monthly subscriber just for VIP. But if you want to be VIP ad-free, it's in the name. You get the VIP and you get episodes without ads, and you always get them early when you're a member of VIP ad-free. So you get them before everybody else. Make sure to give Wes a big thank you, because I'm sure there's some people in here who have never tried it who just got a free SDPN membership. 15:08 left in the first period. Leafs without Nylander tonight. So he took a bit of a weird sort of skate play, and it looked like, and they said on the broadcast it could be a hyperextension. I was like, please God, no, don't let it be. They're saying today that he did make the trip to Detroit, but that he is not playing, obviously, tonight, and he is day-to-day, which, when you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, means that he's probably dead. Because remember, Anthony Stolarz when he went down was day to day, and now he's indefinite. And we got to talk about him a little bit, at some point tonight, but we're not going to do that. Not right now, anyway. So yeah, William Nylander, day to day. Don't believe anything those guys tell you. What a great pass. Lorentz to Lawton. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, Lorentz almost gets the rebound. Detroit able to clear. What a great play by this fourth line unit who has been working very well together. Easton Cowan is on it. That's pretty good injection of skill with Lawton and Lorentz. They are one of the stronger fourth lines I've ever seen the Leafs have, and I mean that. And listen, the bar ain't that high for Leafs fourth lines, but Lawton and Lorentz are quite the duo, and that was a great breakout play by the Toronto Maple Leafs and a fun little moment. If only Lawton had been able to just put a couple inches to the left. Jacqueline says, I actually enjoy the ads you guys do. Well, that's good. We want the ads to be fun. If you're going to listen to ads, we want you to have a good time with them. I think that's fair, right? So Cowan made a great breakout pass here to Lorentz. Lawton was streaking, beats the defenseman, and I think that's Evanson. And wow. That's one of those things where I'm like, Scott Lawton can skate that fast? He's such a rock star. Like, if you've tuned into any of my streams, you know that I got a huge crush on Scott Lawton. I love this guy. Every time I'm doing a stream, I'm like, Scott Lawton's going to do some rock star shit tonight. And Hayden thinks that Lawton should have done what he did the other breakout, which is just blast it low corner with a slap shot in tight. But you know what? I like the move that he made. He's got, apparently, according to Sportsnet, 14 career goals versus Detroit. That's his most versus any team in the league, which is odd considering when he was with Philly, which was most of his career, they're not even in the same division. Just has it when he's in Motown. Nice to have Chris Tanev back in the lineup. Nice to have Domi and Matthews clicking a little bit. I love the fact that McMahon is using his speed on this line. You're seeing it right there. Gets the puck in deep, wins the battle, and then gets it to Matthews, who gets it back out to him. Stetcher is able to corral a pass that McMahon missed. And the Leafs are able to keep that puck in right at the blue line. Domi trying to chip it ahead to Matthews is unable to do it. And the Leafs are going to have to go for a change here. OEL stays on the Detroit forward. That was Lucas Raymond, by the way. No slouch. Stetcher. OEL behind the net. Yeah, I got to say, I don't know if you guys saw last night. Did you see the Troy Stetcher at the end of the game, like getting everybody hyped up in the arena? What an ad he has been. Like, there should be an award for waiver pickup of the year in the NHL, like the waiver claim that makes the biggest difference. I think for a few years there, it would be like, Florida grabbing Gus Forsling off of waivers. Can you believe they got that? Edmonton's had a few really good claims in the last few years. I'm just trying to think of specific names to give you. But man, like, has any waiver claim made a bigger difference to their team this year than Troy Stetcher? It kind of speaks to a couple of things. First off, Troy's attitude, which rocks, and also the Leafs and how desperate they were for some puck movement back there. He's just like a mighty, like a big personality in a small body, and he moves the puck and he skates like mad, and he's always intense. Love this guy. Love this guy. Hayden is in my ear, and he says Max Domi actually called him the most competitive guy he's ever played with. And Max Domi's played with some great players. And I don't know if that's just him just, boosting his teammates' tires a little bit, but he's just a fun player that you can root for. And one of the things that I think the Leafs have had to work on, I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but yeah, another one, a good one, is Brendan Bussey's been pretty good for the Canes. Fall 3, dropping that in. Bussey's been awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's interesting because the Toronto Maple Leafs, for a long time, part of the issue has been intensity and competitiveness. That's been under question. Now, I don't know that it's necessarily a fair summation, But there certainly have been times where I'm like, do you guys ever get mad? Like, you just got filled in on home ice. Are you ever gonna get mad? Troy Stetcher seems like a guy who you're gonna see him get mad. You're gonna see him get upset. Look at him. There he is. They're showing it right now. Just firing up the crowd. Let's go. I love that he went after Nick Cousins too. Nick Cousins voted most punchable face in the NHL, and deservedly so. A compliment to him, no doubt. Wes Richard, Adam, I'm too lazy to cook tonight, so I'm going to order some pizza. What toppings should I get? All right, everybody, jump in on Wes Richard's thing. Are we? Listen, I love, if I'm going to get pizza, I don't get crazy. I make it simple. Like, give me a pepperoni and cheese and double the cheese. Like, let's just, what are we doing? Let's just shut up and kiss, I don't need a meat lovers. I don't need to taste 5 different meats. Pepperoni's enough, man. Sometimes I'll get crazy and I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to just have a straight up cheese pizza because I feel like it. A little hot honey, says Hayden. That's a good one. I like that. Throw a little, if you do want to get crazy, there are some good veggie pizzas that are satisfying, like mushrooms on a pizza, I think is good. I've never really liked, strangely enough, cooked tomatoes, not sun-dried tomatoes. They are great on a pizza, but a tomato that someone puts on the pizza, I just feel like it just doesn't ever, maybe you need Italian tomatoes, Canadian tomatoes in the wintertime, it's they're almost like a white, watery color. And in the summer, they get red and sexy and tasty. But I always feel like if you're ordering from a pizza joint, then you're not getting the highest quality ingredients all the time. And so for sure, oh, here we go. McMahon. Oh, big shot. Great play by Austin Matthews. The first line is cooking. Steve said something in his LFR. I'm going to quote this a lot because I thought he had a really good LFR last night. And he said, the McMahon Matthews Domi line kind of feels a little bit like Domi, Matthews, Bertuzzi a couple of seasons ago. And people forget that Austin Matthews played half of that season with Mitch Marner and half of that season without. And he scored 69 goals that year. And a lot of them were in the back half of the season when he was playing with Bertuzzi and Domi. And that was a really great line. It was exciting. It was fun. And McMahon does a lot of the things that Bertuzzi does. Now, he doesn't do them necessarily as well. There's a difference, obviously, in pay scale between those two players. But McMahon's got blazing speed. He's got a good shot, big body, better skater than Bertuzzi, no question. And Detroit fans, you guys know Bertuzzi skating. He's a bit of a Zamboni out there, but it's really effective when he's on. And he's had a great season in Chicago. I do miss him. I think that this is kind of a neat line. I hope they are able to stick with it. By the way, Bobby McMahon leads the Leafs with 5 road goals this season. That's the most on the whole team. 5? This team, man. This team. Oh, another good pizza one. Double pep jalapeno. Ooh, yes. Oh my God. Nice little spice, especially if it's a really good jalapeno. Maybe you don't even want to order jalapeno from the pizza place. Maybe you bring the pizza home and put the jalapeno on yourself. I mean, sometimes you want to cook it with the pizza. Sometimes I've seen some people just eat it straight up raw. Whatever, man. Daniel Hamilton. Pepperoni, jalapeno, red onion, and garlic. And Tori, pepperoni, 4 cheese, and jalapeno. Wow. Again, I like this. We don't want to get crazy, right? I find some people overload their pizza. And, I hate to be a middle-aged man, which I'm not yet, damn it, 37, quoting Anthony Bourdain. But one of the smartest things, I'm not a big Anthony Bourdain fan. I'm not a fan, but I'm not I haven't made him my personality. I haven't read any of his books. I really didn't even watch the show. But one of the things that I always admired about him was that he liked simplicity. You remember, the millennial burger joint trend that's on TikTok right now, or at least was 6 months ago, where it was oh man, here's here's the burger and here's our fries, and it's not mayo, it's garlic aioli, and you're going to sit on these uncomfortable chairs, and you're going to have exposed brick, and you're going to have Edison lights hanging from the ceiling, and the burger's going to be $25, and the fries are going to be $5. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The millennial burger joint vibe. In the middle, in the height of that, Anthony Bourdain said, you don't need all that. What you need is a burger, thin sliced, like smash burgers are always the best. Thin burger, lettuce, tomato, ketchup, mustard, maybe some cheese, and it's got to be small enough that you can hold it in your hand. It's like a Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Is like, to me, that's the perfect burger. You probably make one at home that maybe even be a little bit better, but you know what I'm saying? So pizza, same thing. Make it simple. Keep it simple. What are we getting crazy for? You don't need 40 flavors on a pizza. The pizza tastes great. You got the tomato sauce, you got the cheese, you got the crust that you can dip in something. Maybe a couple of toppings, but you can't taste all that shit all at once, right? Come on. Now, West Richard, 2 pizzas ordered. I ordered a double pep with extra sauce and cheese, and then a sausage, bacon, green pepper, and mushrooms for the second. Thank you, chat. Damn. I have, by the way, is it weird? I've never had anchovies on a pizza. It's not that I wouldn't try it. I just never have. Hayden asks you, where are we at on a barbecue sauce base? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I usually only really like tomato sauce bases. Oh, puck just went by Joseph Wall there. Nice little kind of floater from the point. Red Wings are pushing. Sandine Pellikka keeps the puck in. Wow, fourth line could not get the puck out, but Dennis Hildeby's got it. Robert Betts says Buffalo Wing Pizza is the GOAT. I've never had that. I should try that. I love buffalo wings. I mean, how could you not? Where are we at on barbecue sauce as a base, guys? I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure. Hayden, are you? I'm assuming you're a big barbecue sauce as a base guy. Like a mix of tomato and barbecue. I can see that tasting good. Sweet heat. Yeah, I can see that tasting good. I can see that. Still Brian. Hey, Adam. With the potential rosters in mind, if it's not USA or Sweden in the Olympic finals against Canada, who's next? Finland, Germany, or Libya? I don't think it's quite Libya yet. If Finland had Barkov, then I would say Finland. And it still probably is Finland. But never underestimate a team and a system that has grown up together and played together and plays all the same style. And, your pick there with Germany is a really, really interesting one because obviously they have Leon Draisaitl, but this is a group of guys that have played together since they were young, and they've got a very, very intelligent national program. Like, they're one of the best for my money. If you were going to start today and start a hockey federation and go, okay, how do we create the most amount of great hockey players over the next 20 years? The model I would follow is Germany's. They've come out of nowhere, and they're great. Oh, great save by Hildeby. And here up comes Philip Myers. Puck is down deep. Nye's giving chase. Nye's out front. He's got a shot. Oh, just missed the net. Leafs have had a few really good, what do they call them? High-definition scoring chances in this first period, which is exciting. Got to bury them, but I can remember several games, even in the last couple of weeks, where they had no high-definition scoring chances the entire night. So, listen, we got to build on things, right? 10 minutes into this game, Leafs look good. Remember, no Nylander tonight. Seider really almost beat Hildeby there, but Hildeby had him. And Tavares made a great play to Nyes. There's some chemistry with Tavares and Nyes. And one guy I think we should mention, a little honorable mention, is Matias Michelli looks like a player again. I understood why they never wanted him to play again, and it was pretty clear to me that Berube didn't like him. And everything we'd heard behind the scenes was that Berube didn't like him. And I don't know, you scratch a guy for a month, you probably don't like him. But he's played well since he came back. Here comes the Matthews line. Domi flutters one towards the net. Matthews gives chase behind, wins the puck battle. Domi behind the net to Matthews. Oh, and it just missed Matthews' sticks. And Chris Tanev with a shot from the point through traffic, but seen and snared by John Gibson. Tristan asked, Book Talk, Let's get 3 recommendations, one each vibe. So hockey, nonfiction, that's so crazy to believe, and one book that will help you grow. So you want some books, huh? Well, guys, can we help out Tristan with some books? Most of the books I read are like history or autobiography. So I'm not really sure I can help you in the fiction category. But you were looking for nonfiction, right? One book that will help you grow. I liked the most recent one I liked. Well, the best book that will help you grow ever is The Four Agreements. Everybody should read The Four Agreements. If you don't know what I'm talking about, good. Buy it, download it, whatever it is you need to do. Audiobook is what I recommend. If you already like listening to podcasts, then you will love audiobooks. The Four Agreements is the book I think that will help you grow. Nonfiction, hockey and nonfiction. Oh, big save by Dennis Hildeby. Detroit made a great play out front. Puck was completely wide open, and so was the player holding it. And yet Dennis Hildeby was like, you know what? I got this. God bless him. He's played great tonight. So Four Agreements is one. Hockey book. What's a good hockey book that's fun? Read Brian Burke's book. It touches on everything. History of the NHL, Lou Lamoriello. Steve has read Brian Burke's book. Burke's. He'll let you know. Yeah, no. Steve has read it 40 million times. It's a great book. You'll love that. Obviously, Steve's books are great too. And they're not fiction. They're mostly zoo. And then one book that's so crazy, nonfiction that's so crazy, it's hard to believe. Motley Crue, The Dirt. You want to read a crazy-ass book? Read The Dirt by Motley Crue. Don't ask me any more questions than that. It's one of the craziest books I've ever read, and I've read it 4 times. Ekman Larson with the shot in, turned aside. Sedin Magic 15, you can never go wrong with a classic pepperoni as far as I'm concerned. Sedin Magic 15, you are correct. You are absolutely correct. Emo Jalapeno says, I am going to read all those heated rivalry books while I wait for a second season. Man, that's how cool is that story? First of all, hockey smut has existed on the internet as long as the internet's existed, and I think that's great. I don't use smut as like a derogatory, a pejorative. Is that the right way to call it? I think it's great. And then you've got the fact that this is a Canadian show that they make about these Canadian books, and then it's so good that HBO has now picked it up and it's big in the States. And I was reading a I think it was either Variety or Vanity Fair's article on it this week, and it's just talking about its rise in popularity. And I just feel like, man, any way you can reach new audiences, it's a good thing. And I don't know. I haven't had the chance to watch it yet, but I am going to be watching it on the second half of the holidays. So I'm pretty pumped. Man, Leafs are good pressure here. Nick Robertson turns back and away, feeds the puck back to Nick Waugh. Waugh with a shot on the net. Riley with a nice tight angle, but he gets it on Gibson. Gibson had to really hug that post. Dakota Joshua in there forechecking. By the way, Dakota Joshua leads the Leafs in hits this year. I think his game has really come on the last couple of weeks. I still think there's a lot more to give, but I think he's finally in a position now where he's feeling comfortable in the system, sort of figured it out. You could tell Joshua's a little bit tired. So is Nyes. Oh, actually, yeah. And then, Nyes tried to make a play out front. It was a good one, but it skips all the way down. Matias Michelli will collect. And Matias Michelli, by the way, who was the power play quarterback, carrying the puck all the way up the ice. Kind of an interesting role for him, almost like a Mitch Marner-esque role on power play 1. I'm not saying it was a beautiful thing last night. The first power play goal especially was like a broken play, but they turned it into something, right? And that's what you got to do. And here comes Tavares with Nyes out front, Michelli out front, not able to get it to him. Detroit was able to cover, but the Leafs are skating really well right now. Shot by Stetcher. That is blocked by a couple of bodies in front, including it looks like Matthew Knies' skate, and he is stung, and he is skating to the bench, and Troy Stetcher loses his stick and fires the puck down the ice with his glove, and the camera just panned to a Detroit almost breakaway, and Hildeby had that one. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Leif Opstad, Adam, are you relieved to be streaming this game to escape the standard Pittsburgh Steelers playing down to their opponents? Buddy, oh, the Steelers had a bad day today. Could have wrapped up the division. And you know what else? My fantasy team, which is in the football fantasy finals against Steve Dangle, is absolutely shitting the bed. And it looks like I'm going to lose. And I'm so depressed about it because I had such a great team this year, but all my starters are like, how about we just don't perform well? And all my bench guys are like, we're going to go off for crazy amounts of points. So I could have won, but Steve Dangle is going to be the winner. It's happening. Alex92 says, so Willie isn't back until after the Olympics, right? I have no idea. I don't know what day-to-day means in the Toronto Maple Leafs anymore. It's a shame. But remember, everybody, Stolarz was day-to-day as well for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he hasn't been heard from since. Caden says, Penguins are now beating the Blackhawks 4-0. That's good. Bad night to have sat Erik Karlsson, which I did. Here comes McMahon. Skating fast. Shot. And that is blocked, and his stick breaks. He should just go to the bench. Go to the bench. Get your stick. He goes. There's Dylan Larkin breaking the puck out. Raymond. Intercepted by McCabe. Up comes Dakota Joshua. I'll be honest with you. That 81, I still feel like I want to say Kessel. That's what vintage of Leaf fan I am. Total Malarkey says, I'm so sorry my Packers couldn't beat the Ravens to help you out, but we are injured right now. Listen, man, the Steelers need to help themselves. It's the Browns. How do you lose to the Browns after that game last week against Detroit? Unbelievable. Tori says, Leafs day-to-day uses valve time. True. True. Robertson. Back to Riley. Oh. Leafs are sort of trying to break in. Detroit making it difficult for them. Mike effing Bond says, I just tuned in. Are you giving PWHL updates as well? Also, Gripper Nation! You know what, Mike? I'm not giving PWHL updates. Not because I wouldn't, but because I don't have the scores in front of me. I haven't given any out-of-town scoreboard updates. Also, I figure you guys all have apps, so you could probably look them up if you want to see them. I still haven't gone to a Scepters game. Can you believe that? I've not been to one. I was invited by Noxie, remember Noxie and Cax, to go up and sit in a box, and I couldn't go. And it's been a busy couple of years, and it's kind of stupid that I haven't been. So I'm taking my daughter in January because I can't take her during the Olympics because that's going to be a crazy time. Love what I'm seeing tonight from the Leafs. Like, listen, this Detroit team is no joke this year. As much as I didn't take them seriously when we were doing our season previews, this is the top team in the division. And what's hilarious is the Leafs are 8 points behind them, and the Leafs are 3 points out of a playoff spot. The last playoff spot right now is being held by the Florida Panthers. So if the Toronto Maple Leafs can get a win tonight, I'm not saying you're anywhere close to catching Detroit, but it would be nice to be just a couple of points behind the Panthers, and the Sabres are tied with them. I think the regulation wins it's just the wins record actually Florida Panthers, Buffalo Sabres. Panthers have more wins. Sabres have 2 more overtime losses. So the loser point coming in. So, by the way, guys, our old friends at the Mansion Bar in Kingston, Ontario are hosting Drew and Stu. The date, Hayden Matheson, what is the date? It is January 11th at 2 p.m. Now, Jesse's going to join them there too. It's going to be a good old time, and that is wild card weekend in the NFL. So we are getting into the playoffs real quick, and they're going to be hanging out all afternoon. So go out and see them. If you love football, this is going to be amazing. It's Princess Street in Kingston, Ontario. The Mansion Bar. It's literally in an old mansion. 3 floors of beer, of entertainment, of big TV screens. David Owens, the guy that owns the place, has been so good to the SDP over the years. He was actually the first place after COVID that we did a live show. It had been like 2 years. Yeah, they're great, and I'm pumped for Drew and Stu to be there. It's going to be a good time. Sedin Magic 15, I guess that means the Panthers are back, eh? I don't know. I still feel like they need to get some injuries sorted out before that. Professor Tops, tuning in from Indonesia today. Of course, the Liljegren jersey made the trip. Where is the furthest away from home you have watched the Leafs? That's a really good question. Hayden says Jamaica. Furthest away from home I've watched the Leafs. Furthest away I've been from home, I've been to Abu Dhabi and Dubai. I think that's the furthest away from home I've been. Let me see here. I didn't watch the Leafs there, though. It was in the summer. It's got to be the UK. I got to think, I think it's probably England. I didn't go to the Maple Leaf bar there. There's a hockey bar in London. I think it's got to be England. And it would had to have been when I was there. I was doing some reporting for the radio station I worked for, and they had us at the Apple Music Festival when that existed. And I think the Leafs were playing one night, and I went to a bar and watched it. I want to say. I'm sorry, I wish I had a more exotic answer for you. I really don't. I watched, weirdly enough, I'll tell you a good story. So I've been to Barbados a few times, and we used to go with my mom's radio station as part of they would take listeners on a trip. And one year, the decision was made to go check out Eugene Melnick's sports bar. Eugene Melnick owned a sports bar in Barbados. And it was like a Senators themed bar, obviously, because he owned the Senators. And, every night of the week there would be hockey on. That was the thing that was on you imagine in Barbados. So it's a bunch of Canadians down there and Americans watching hockey. Tavares lines up for the last face-off of the period. No shot. 0-0 going into the first intermission. Anyway, I went to the bar to order a drink because I was 18 and the drinking age there was 18. So it was that was a big deal for me. I was like, oh my God, I get to order my own beer at a bar? Crazy. And sure enough, the guy I'm standing next to, while he's sitting, I'm standing, is Eugene Melnick. And I chatted with him for a couple minutes. He was a nice guy. Nice guy. So I had a beer at Eugene Melnick's bar and definitely watched hockey there. I watched Gretzky's last game in Barbados too. That was a big deal. Let's see here. What else we got? R1. Shout out to everyone who was also at the Kitchener Rangers game today with 3 minutes left in the third on a power play and the entire facility losing power. No way. Did they get it back? That's insane. So they lost power for the entire Rangers arena. Hayden says we might have to put that in oh wow. I think you should put that in oh wow. Greg says Adam checking on his tax shelters in Barbados. That's Bermuda, my friend. Barbados is different. Barbados is a lot further than Bermuda. Bermuda is the big tax shelter, I think. That and what's the other one? There's another one in and around there. Anyway, it's British territory. Hello, Adam, and everyone else. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you, Chris. Alex Mercer, Adam, just got back from the gym. Any tips for workouts? Do them. You'll be better than me. I work out once a week currently. For a long time, it was no time a week. And that was bad. So I'm ramping it back up. But other than that, it's Cayman Islands. That's the other tax shelter. Yeah, Cayman Islands, crazy. It's a very, very rich island. I recommend staying healthy, unlike I was doing for a while there. Luke says, y'all are coming to Peterborough soon, I hear. Yes, we are. We will be in Peterborough in about 20 days for the Top Prospects Tournament, the Tuesday and the Wednesday. You guys should come see us. Not only are we going to be there for the actual OHL Top Prospects game, it's, the Conor McDavid trophy, which, you know what? I have that here. It's so weird, okay? We're going to go to a clip in a second here. But quite literally, we walked into the OHL offices and they're like, we want you guys to do some broadcasts down there. We're like, great. And they're like, here's the Conor McDavid trophy. And we're like, cool. And they're like, take it with you. So Justin, who does all these, does all the chats and stuff and does all the social media for SDPN's like, I'll put it in my car and put a seatbelt on it. And that's what he did. And then he brought it in here and we have it. So I'm going to show you at the beginning of the second period here. Kind of crazy. Anyway, come see us. The Pete's and the OHL and SDPN are in partnership. Can you imagine? Little old us in partnership with the OHL and the Pete's. Pretty damn cool. Top Prospects game is going to be sick. And the Conor McDavid trophy goes to the two top players of each game. And I'll read out which one's got it last one. So, you know what, Hayden? What clip are we going to do here? Are we doing Drew and Stu here? What are we doing? Oh, Jesse's. So Hayden says actually what we're doing is Jesse's food take from Hot Take a Palooza. Now haven't been doing the podcast. We've been pre-recording a bunch of stuff as we always do over Christmas to get a break. But Jesse's hot take about food, I was shocked by how many people felt this way about breakfast food. Shocked and frankly disgusted. Have a look.
Up. Just because they call it breakfast doesn't mean you have to eat the stupid breakfast food that General Mills made into breakfast food. Outside of eggs, everything they've sold you is stupid and a lie, and you don't need it. Food is food is food is food. If you want to eat in the morning, some of us don't really need to wake up and have a giant bowl of sugar. But if you do, you can just eat food. You don't have to wait until a certain hour of the day to eat food. You can have chicken. You can have steak. Some people eat steak at breakfast, and I applaud those people because that's just normal food. Nobody said you gotta eat at this portion of the day when you wake up at 9 in the morning. You eat your pancakes or your bowl of cereal or your little granola fruit. None of that has to be eaten immediately in the middle of your morning when you're just waking up. You can have mashed potatoes. You can have all of the foods in the universe. Just because it's in the morning doesn't mean you have to have shit breakfast food.
Okay.
Some of us also don't even enjoy breakfast. I'm raising my hand.
He doesn't like breakfast.
Don't like breakfast.
So you're
don't
just a
eat
hater
it.
in general.
Don't really eat breakfast. I like coffee and AG1 for breakfast. Shout out AG1. Don't need it. And if I were to eat breakfast, when I do eat breakfast, I eat regular food for breakfast.
So you're a hater.
You can eat a bowl of chickpea pasta for breakfast. Same shit.
Hey,
Gentlemen,
I'm
hottest take of the year.
gonna quote you. I'm gonna quote someone that's really near and dear to my heart. His name is Ron Swanson.
Fictional
There has
person.
never been a sadness that can't be cured by breakfast food.
Fictional. Some writer wrote that in the NBC writing studio.
And he
Thank
was
you.
right. And he was correct.
No.
Jesse,
Breakfast food is the best food in the whole
There's
world.
not a breakfast. I'll give you eggs. Eggs are good. They're like a superfood, and people don't appreciate.
You don't like
how,
bacon?
how
I'll give you the
delicious
most
eggs are.
flavorless one. Oh my god.
Give me any breakfast food. Name them all. There are regular ass foods that are better, and I would rather have those foods.
You don't like breakfast? You don't like bacon?
Shepherd's pie.
Okay.
Shepherd's
Jesse
pie.
is coming from having leftovers for breakfast, which I will say is great shit.
Name another breakfast food.
Name it sausages.
Burgers. I win.
You've never had breakfast for dinner?
I have dinner for dinner. I have food. I have regular food at any
So
moment I
you've never
want.
had bacon and eggs for dinner?
I have in my life, yes.
But it's
Did
not
you
something you
enjoy
look
it?
forward to.
I would rather have had, let me see, sweet potato fries and a chicken burger.
What about steak and eggs?
Sweet potato fries.
What about steak and eggs?
steak and eggs? That's good food.
protein.
That's good food.
There you go.
A steak and eggs.
We got one.
I said eggs because I'm a big egg guy.
I'm an egg guy too. I love
Egg farmers of Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
You
Call
guys
us.
are cool.
Call us.
Don't you suck up to the blue collars. You knock
Oh.
it off.
I envy you, blue collars. You guys are putting in the real work. We sit here.
And you know what they eat?
In our
Bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
We sit here in our air-conditioned rooms.
And it's
sitting here
air-conditioned.
just getting fat on our butts while you guys out there are doing the real work. And I appreciate you.
Yeah, our air-conditioned rooms in December
Yeah.
because
When
we
it's
do a show with Adam.
When it's -5 and Adam turns on the AC.
Yeah.
Well, it gets hot in here. There's a lot of lights and equipment. All right. Look at how red I've already turned.
Maddie literally had to ask us for an extra hoodie today because she was so cold.
Like
I didn't know that.
That's unbelievable.
That's the second sweater
That's
she's got.
You are
could've turned
making
on the heat.
you're making your employees
I am
uncomfortable.
not. The thermostat is available to everybody. Oh my goodness.
You know what? She should have had a hot plate of bacon and eggs.
That's
because
right.
It would have been. Oh, she did.
What did you? Yeah.
Every single morning. This is why. Okay, I agree with you on the cereal part.
No, you
Yeah, I agree with that.
The
Thank
cereal. I never have cereal for breakfast.
No.
Thank you.
I have eggs, turkey bacon, avocado, cottage cheese, honey, and sriracha on it without
my
fail
goodness.
every morning with
Love that.
blueberries or raspberries.
Oh, yeah.
Breakfast is the setup for how my day is gonna go. If I don't get that
Wow.
meal in, I'm not like my bubbly self. Like I'm tired. I need those good calories, good protein, good fiber. It's so important. Breakfast is one of the most important things, in my opinion, important meals of the day.
And Jesse's like, what if I had a glass of water and 2 cigarette butts? And that's enough. Jesse, there are all kinds of delicious things that you can have for breakfast,
Yeah.
but breakfast food are among those things that you can have in the morning that are delicious.
Irrelevant.
Home fries, friggin' delicious.
No.
Sausage,
Chicken noodle soup.
friggin' delicious.
Chicken noodle
Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup.
does not beat home fries.
Chicken
does not.
noodle soup. You were
Halibut.
coming in hot with burgers and steak. Now you're throwing chicken noodle soup and halibut at me.
I love a good chicken
I
noodle
would have
soup.
listened if you'd said tomato soup, but you chicken noodle, you're out. Come on. What are you
Really?
talking about?
Tomato bisque? Do you like it cold?
I love a tomato soup.
Gazpacho?
No.
No.
Scotch, if you want to lick grass, gazpacho's for you.
Gazpacho's burning hot.
Gazpacho
sucks.
Gazpacho's fucking nasty.
Yeah, why does any can we just say this for a second? Who the fuck actually wants a gazpacho? Like I remember my parents had a party once and they had my one of my parents' best friends brought a gazpacho and fucking nobody ate it. You know why?
It serves them right.
Yes.
Serves
And
them
he was
right.
like walking around trying to
Yeah.
sell it to everybody because he was like a very healthy eater. And he's like, but the gazpacho's delicious. You guys got to try the. Everybody's like, yeah, that's great. I'll stick to my hot dog. Thanks. So, yeah.
You said
I'm glad we agree on
home
that. at least.
fries. Like I said, halibut.
Hash browns.
What?
Hash browns.
Oh, hash browns. Oh, nice piece of salmon.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
Maddie,
what do you want?
turn that mic up.
Yeah.
What do you want?
What was
next?
the question?
I said, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you
I'm
doing?
trying to tell you
Where's
guys.
the semantics of that?
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell
Here,
you guys.
Let me do what you've done to me all
Food
show.
is
What the
food.
fuck is this?
I'm trying to tell you, food is food. Give me another one.
Fucking goddamn toast.
Dynamite roll.
Pancakes.
Dynamite.
Man, you want a dynamite roll first thing in the morning?
Delicious.
No,
This
you
is such
It's
rage
food.
bait.
No, you
I-
don't.
What time is it? Doesn't matter. It's food o'clock. My
give-
stomach.
waffles.
My dog.
Your dog's name's
I
literally waffles.
love waffles.
No, but actual waffles.
Oh, peanut butter sandwich.
French toast.
That's a little closer.
It's a little closer to.
Yeah,
Vibes.
yeah, vibes are pretty close there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Toast and peanut butter, right?
Eggs Benedict.
Oh,
Eggs Benedict
I love
fucking clears.
I've had a lot of eggs Benedict in my life.
Mhm.
Oh no.
I will tell you that.
In Oshawa.
It's hit or miss. A lot of people don't know how to make a good hollandaise
That's
sauce.
true.
A lot
But
of
when you
people
find
don't
a
know.
What are you
one.
talking about?
A lot of
What is
people
it?
don't know how to make a good hollandaise.
I'll agree with
Good
that.
holiday-
I'll
I'll
agree with that.
A lot
Yeah.
of holiday sauces are like lumpy and shitty.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
well,
know.
then I'll
I
just have a pint of it and glug it down.
I've actually haven't had. I'm thinking about this. It's actually been a while since I've had eggs Benny because I got to a point where I was out on taking a chance on somebody making hollandaise sauce because I've had quite a bit. And I'm like, oh, this is shit, blah, blah, blah. This one's good, blah. So I don't want to go to a place and guess. And then it's just, I don't like my whole meal if it's bad hollandaise, right? That's the whole thing on your eggs Benny, garbage meal. It's all dependent on the sauce. I would rather just have, I don't know, let me see, chickpeas and sweet potato
Oh my god.
and broccoli.
I'll
and
just
maybe
have
a piece of chicken.
I don't know. Let me see. Nerd. The only people agreeing with you are 4 years old. They're sitting there right now like bars.
That was hot take of palooza for this year, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. The takes were piping.
Ass
Thanks for
fist.
piping.
That's what they should call breakfast.
I'm curious to know which hot take pissed you off the most.
I see a lot of you arguing about Jesse's food takes, and you're right to do so. There is a 97 in front of me. I'll explain that in a second. Here, let me just say this. Breakfast food rocks. It's available any time of the day. It doesn't have to be breakfast, but it is the greatest food of all time. How can you not love eggs? How can you not love pea meal bacon? How can you not love sausages? If you're British, you love beans and a half tomato that's sort of burnt on a barbecue. Like toast, like what are we talking about here? Bagel and cream cheese, Béarnaise sauce, or oh, I'm gonna just die. So I think he's wrong. Just so you know what side of that I'm on. In the meantime, let me show you this actual real trophy that was given to us for safekeeping by the OHL at their head offices. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to the Conor McDavid trophy. And this is for they call it the Conor McDavid 97 award, awarded annually to the players of the game of the Conor McDavid's OHL Top Prospects game. So the winners last year, which were the first two winners ever, Jake O'Brien from the Brantford Bulldogs and Cameron Reid from the Kitchener Rangers. Eastern Conference won 5-4. So there's one picked from each conference. And I just want to say this. It is substantial. And I just think it's kind of neat that it's just hanging out in our office because, listen, it might be a new trophy now, but 20 years goes by pretty fast. And one day you'll see this trophy in 20 years and go, SDPN had that in their office for like 2 straight months. Can you believe the OHL let them do that? I still can't believe the OHL let us do it, but it's here, and we're going to see you on the 13th and 14th in Peterborough, all right? Because we're going to have some fun. It's going to be a good time. I just wanted you to see this just straight up. This is a cool trophy, and it is not light. Like, this ain't hollow, baby. This is a thick daddy, okay? Thick daddy. Anyway, pretty neat. Pretty neat. Someone said drop it, please. That would be the last time I think the OHL would let us have it. But I think it's pretty cool. Like, I just, to be honest with you, when we started the show in my mom's basement, and literally that's where the Steve Dangle podcast started, I I did not think that we would be in like partnership with the OHL one day. How cool is that? Right? And the Pete's have been amazing to us. Love the Pete's. So I'm kind of excited. It's gonna be fun. It's a great way to kick off the year. Now, I saw some people talking about the Olympic break, and I should probably mention to you that we are not breaking during the Olympic break. In fact, we're doubling down. So, as you might expect, we're obviously going to be doing live streams all the time. The podcast schedule is going to remain relatively the same, but because the games are in Italy, we're not really totally sure how that's going to fully affect our schedule. I'm going to probably have to start to look at doing the schedule with Jesse in like the next couple of weeks here. But, oh, he's done the schedule. Well, damn, Jesse's on it. Hayden told me this. I have not. Has he sent out the schedule, Hayden? Did I miss it? Just producers and hosts. So from what I understand, and Hayden, you can correct me, Steve's doing all the Team Canada games for the men's, right? And I'm doing all the Team USA games. Is that right? Yes. Now, because of my American heritage, of course. And Jesse, because he's Swedish, I'm assuming he's doing all the Swedish games. Is he not? And he might do a Finnish game. And we may have to figure out something with the Canadian women's because that's a can't miss team as well. Maybe I'll just do more. Like what I'm thinking is like if there's more to be done, I'm going to do it. So then the Steve Dangle podcast will be moved in and around that, and you can expect obviously the CJ show and Agent Provocateur and all that stuff to happen. But February is going to be a bonkers month for streaming and for podcasting. So if you guys love the content, we're going to hit you with it, baby. Hit you with it. Now, I know I've missed some super chats here, and I know that really bothers some people, so I'm going to try to get to as many of them as I can right now. Mike says, Jesse just likes to be contrary to popular things. This is just another version of his 4 goals is not a hat trick silly view. You wouldn't believe, by the way, how many people agree with that take. I agree with you that it's a silly take. There are plenty of people, and by the way, hockey's underway here in Detroit again for the second period. Lot of people are like, oh no, Jesse's on to something with that. SLS says 2 things. First, hope your Christmas was great. Thank you very much. It was, and I hope yours was too. Did you get any cool gifts? Also, Jesse was the only one with an actual hot take, but he's wrong, LOL. I thought my takes were good. I thought Jesse even complimented one of my hot takes. So I'm going to say you're wrong on that, SLS. And did I get some good gifts? Yes, but I'm more excited about the gifts from my daughter. She just came home tonight because obviously divorced family. And we got some present opening to do. Santa dropped some presents at grandparents' house at my place, or sorry, my mom's place, and then also Natalie's mom's place. So there will be some gift opening over the next couple of days, which I know she's just buzzing about right now. Robert Bett, what's your best all-time team, including management? First, I'll go Lou Lamoriello, Coach Scotty Bowman, center Wayne Gretzky, Bossy, Anderchuk, Salming, Turnbull, and Dominic Hasek. You know what, Robert? That is a good question for the podcast and a good one when we get back because I can't answer that in the middle of a stream. But I will tell you this. My greatest team of all time will include 1993 Doug Gilmour when he had 145 points. He can play wing. He played wing in the World Championship, so I'll put him on the wing with Wayne Gretzky. But Doug Gilmour needs to be on that team. That guy rocked. And mostly because I'm super biased and I want Doug Gilmour on that team. But you also an underrated part of that, Mike Bossy. I know that Ovi's got the goal record, and I know that Gretzky's number 2, but Mike Bossy might be the best pure goal scorer of all time, and I'm not kidding. Go look up Mike Bossy's stuff. If it hadn't been for injuries, man, Mike Bossy would be so much more well-known than he is. He had 1,000 goals, and people don't even talk about him. Well, he didn't have 1,000 goals. Oh, Hayden says if he was healthy, he would have had 1,000 goals. No question. Guy was crazy. He was crazy, and he only had like a 10 or 11-year career. Insane numbers. Insane. Meme Empress, Bolts, W in the shootout. 'Tis a good weekend after the break. Hagel came back to, I don't know who I want to win, LMAO. Well, it's 2 Atlantic Division teams, so I'm sure you're hoping that everybody gets hurt and injured. But seeing the Bolts beat the Panthers. Oh, here we go. We got a steal. Nick Robertson. Shot. Oh, and he just kind of fanned on it. Still a bit of a tricky shot, but a nice play Robertson's having a pretty good little game. McCabe, back to Tanev. Tanev shot! And just wide a little bit. 17:28 left in the second period. Joshua throws down the Detroit D. Nick Waugh fires the puck around. Nobody there. Joshua gets the puck out. Easton Cowan, the fourth line coming on for the Leafs right now. That's Cowan, Lorentz, and Lawton. It's looked like a pretty good line tonight. Meme Empress, it's Cops. Andrew Cops. Coop's 1,000th game is New Year's too. Good for Cooper. John Cooper, best coach in the NHL for my money. Henderson says, Bolts fan apologizing for hurting Florida's widow feelings last night. How dare he respond with those elbows? Go Leafs, go tonight. Yeah, man, listen, I don't think there's a single team that's played the Florida Panthers who's upset about Scott Sabrin fighting who he fought. I thought the AJ Greer, Oliver Bjorkstrand thing was a bit of a mismatch. But, you know. And Gunther Steiner says, been watching these from the hospital. I got into a serious ski accident on Friday, and I fractured my hip at 27. Want to thank you guys for keeping me entertained. Stay safe out there, folks. Hey, Gunther, man, I'm really, really sorry to hear that. I hope that you're doing okay. I, strangely enough, have some people in my family with hip issues, and genuinely hope that it's one of those hip issues that's simple and is able to heal up quickly. Because I know that there's sometimes people break their hip and it's like super easy and straightforward, and sometimes it's extremely complicated and that sort of thing. So I hope yours is the former and not the latter. Lorentz Lorentz almost found Easton Cowan right out front. This fourth line for the Leafs has gotten some great things going over the course of this game, and Easton Cowan just drew a penalty. Let's go. And here comes the big, scary Leafs. It's Ben Sherratt, who's pretty mad about taking a penalty. But you know what? He's Ben Sherratt. He doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Even if it doesn't. Now, what happened here? So Sherratt. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, like that's a penalty every time. Now, did Cowan embellish slightly? Sure. I'll give you that, Detroit fans. I would say sure. But hilariously, he's not in the box. So that's a shame, isn't it? Too bad. All right, 16:31 left. And by the way, the Leafs power play going into yesterday was 32nd out of 32 teams. Now, as you see there on the screen, it's now 30th. So score a couple power play goals, pull yourself out of the basement, right? Here we go. Now let's see if the Leafs, do you think the Leafs can get into the top half of power plays in the league by the end of the season? I feel like that would solve a lot of problems for them. Riley had a great shot at the net, but puck went up and over because it was tipped off a stick. Now, our Bruce, interesting story about Mike Bossy. At the draft, the Islanders, when the Islanders drafted him, they were debating whether to draft him as they knew he could score and another player who was more defensively responsible. Who cares about defensively responsible when you've got Denny Potvin? Man, I can't believe. I'm so glad that they went with who they went with. They used to say, too, about Wayne Gretzky that if he ever did make it to the NHL, that he would be a bloodstain on the boards. He'd be eaten alive. Boy, they were stupid and wrong, huh? Matthews. Oh, Nyes is out there for the top power play unit again. Probably because Nylander ain't on it. Matthews. Actually handling a puck on a power play. Imagine. Michelli leaves the puck for Matthews. Hey, somebody's passing to Matthews. And Matthews gets it to Nyes and he scores! What a great pass by Austin Matthews, falling down and on the backhand. Tavares to Matthews to Nyes to the back of the net. And the Leaf fans at Little Caesars are enjoying that pizza. They're enjoying it. Let's go, baby. This is a great play. Michelli with a little backhand to Matthews. Matthews follows up the play and just goes for a quick rebound, not knowing that anything's going to be there. Tavares digging behind the net, gets the puck to him. Matthews finds Nyes, and for the second game in a row, Matthew Nyes has a power play goal, and the Leafs, on their last 4 power play opportunities, have 3 goals. That's some Steve Sullivan magic. Hey, Detroit fans, that's some Derek Lalonde magic, baby. Let's go. Woo! You guys were wrong about Derek Lalonde this whole time. So was I, but let's not mention it. Woo! Listen, I told you towards the beginning of the game that the Leafs power play is going to be different. They want to play a bit more of a flowy style there. You saw it, man. They set up. Detroit is no slouch on the PK. I think they're still pretty. Hayden, where's Detroit on the PK? Were they 15th or 16th or something? Or were they in the 20s? 17th. So they're mid-pack, right? It's not great, but it's not terrible. And okay, so you said 88.6? 80.6. Well, now it's probably 70 point something because the Leafs just scored. Haha. But the Leafs power play has been their Achilles heel all year long. As we kind of sort of mentioned, Leafs have had no problem scoring goals except for on the power play all year long. They're 5th in goals for per game currently this season. It's the hemorrhaging of goals that's been a huge problem. Huge problem. So I'm hoping that this is the start of some fun happiness on the power play. Wouldn't that be nice? By the way, is Robert Malloy doing our chat tonight? Well, listen, I just want to say, can everybody wish Rob Malloy a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year? Just because Robert Malloy is like one of the unsung guys here at SDPN. He works so hard, and we love him, and we're happy that he's here tonight. And Justin Fisher's taken some time off, as he deserves to. And so Robert Malloy's doing social media. He's doing the chat tonight, and we all love Robert. So big shout out to Rob. Oh, Domi is playing. Listen, I know there have been a lot of criticisms of Domi, and rightfully so. Did not have a great start to the season, but I got to say, he's really picked it up the last couple of weeks, and it's nice to see him with Matthews, which is sort of what the Leafs had penciled in to start the year anyway. Mike Bond. Merry all the things, Robert. We love Robert. Remember to join our Discord. We don't promote that enough, but Robert is the Discord manager for SDPN. And it's a really amazing community of people from all around the world who just love hockey and listen to our shows and listen to other shows too. I'm telling you, it's a great group. And every single night of the week, we've got games scheduled. All the mods there are awesome people. And if you are a fan of any sport, any team, you will find community members on the SDPN Discord that you can chat with. And the great thing is it's a closed private server, so that way you can avoid all of the pitfalls of the open internet. And you know what I'm talking about, don't you? But also, I do want to say a big shout out to everybody here. Because you all are subscribers to SDPN. And officially on Christmas Day of all times, SDPN hit 170,000 subscribers, which is that's a big one for us. Crazy to think that 4 years ago, SDPN barely had crossed 60,000 subscribers. So it kind of shows you how much things have grown. And we just want to say how much we appreciate you guys all being here. I do need to say that. It's pretty cool to be a part of this, and we would not be here without you. Just saying that. Luke makes a good point. Why do all the YouTube emojis look like somebody on LSD designed them? Listen, I don't imagine that. I mean, listen, it could have been somebody on LSD, right? You don't know. You don't know. Could have been AI, which is basically like man-made LSD sometimes. Although I don't think so. The emojis came before AI did. Matt says they must have been microdosing. Well, that's fair. That's fair. Robert just dropped a very weird emoji that has heart eyes and teeth that are smiling that kind of look like piano keys. I'm not gonna lie. If something like that ever smiled at me in a dark room, I'd probably faint. That's a very weird one. Jacqueline K says these emojis look like they belong in 1998. I don't disagree. Abby says, hey, Adam. Hey, SDPN. Hey, chat. How's everybody doing tonight? Guys, how are we doing? I'm feeling like I'm good. Matthew and I's power play goal feels good. Leafs playing well. That feels good. It's the Christmas holidays, and the only reason I know what day it is because I had to stream today. That feels good as well. Damn good. I don't know. I feel good. Jello says, Adam, do you think that they're going to trade Matthews? People are making fake trade proposals, and it's PMO as a Kings fan. Well, yeah, I saw that there was like a Kings article. So the only person I've ever heard mention, oh, they're going to trade Matthews this year, or they could trade him, is Nick Kyprios. But Nick Kyprios has been sort of mischaracterized on that because he wasn't suggesting that the Leafs are looking at trading him, that they would trade him. He was just saying LA would be a cool spot for him. But Austin Matthews, from everything that I've heard, has never said anything about wanting to leave, has only ever wanted to stay. And the only time I think he might leave is if like the Leafs were absolutely trash for a couple years in a row and there was no chance they were going to get better. I think he's very committed to Toronto. I think Toronto's very committed to him, as they should be on both sides. I don't see it as a thing that's going to happen. You got to remember, too, like when people get traded, it's not their team anymore, right? Like Austin goes to another team. Well, it's not his team. Like Mitch found that out in Vegas. And I'm not saying that Mitch has been bad or whatever. Like this was like, it was Mitch, Willie, and Austin's team last year. It's now Austin and Willie's team. And Mitch is not the guy in Vegas, which is, I think he wanted that. I don't think he wanted to be the guy. I think he wanted to be a guy on the team who scored and contributed and was a good player, but I don't think he wanted to be like the guy. And so that's kind of what's happened. Now Max Domi's going to take this face off in the offensive zone because they want to find Matthews. One of the keys for the Leafs, and they just booted Domi out of the circle, so they're not going to be able to do it, and Domi's not happy. One of the keys is finding Austin Matthews. He basically wasn't passed to for the first couple of months of this season, and I know everybody got on him. And I was on him a little bit too, but the reality of it is like, if you don't pass to the best player in the world, he can't score. And that's true of Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Messi. Like imagine, hey, we've got the best goal scorer in the world. And, or at least he was 18 months ago, which isn't that long. And we're just not going to pass him the puck. Super, super weird. So yeah, I don't think. Oh, Hayden says Domi's been kicked out of the dot 3 times tonight. Well, if you don't like Domi at center, neither did the linesman. Hayden also says Leafs are #1 faceoff team in the NHL. That doesn't surprise me. That's why when we talk about, well, we don't know what the Leafs are going to be in the second half of this season, but let's say they're bad. One area I would not change an iota is center. It's the one thing that I'm like, dude, they've got great centers. There's no reason to change. Top to bottom, keep it. Keep it. And that's why I think with Tanev back, with Stetcher playing the way he's playing, you get the puck up to these guys, they're going to make things happen. And you're seeing it tonight. Man, Tanev's so smart. They're showing a play with him and McMahon now. And just really intelligent, smart breakout passes. And what is amazing about a guy like Chris Tanev, and this is why I love him so much, and I love the fact that he's going to basically be here and retire here, is he is a mentor for other guys. Other guys see that, and it rubs off on them. And I think especially a guy like, Ben Danford, you're hoping Ben Danford becomes Chris Tanev eventually. It's going to take years. NHL defensemen take forever to develop in the minors and in the league. But that is the guy you want watching Chris Tanev, following him around like a shadow. That's what you want. Robertson to Wah. Wah's got some room. He's going to shoot off of the ankle of the Detroit defenseman. Joshua corrals the puck. Down low to Robertson, who's had a really sneaky good game. Couple of great takeaways, some good scoring chances. Robertson now behind the net. received the puck with his hand, but is able to give it to his stick. Now out moving. Look at the skating on him. When Robertson was drafted, that was some really good edge work by Robertson. Nice cutbacks. Oh, Leafs just drew another penalty. Let me just say something here, and then I'm going to talk about Robertson in a second. Oh, Joshua is there. I think Detroit's trying to draw Joshua into a penalty here. They might have done it. I hope Joshua doesn't go to the box for that. One of the things about the Leafs that has been part of the struggle is they don't get power plays that often. And part of the reason for that is they have no offensive zone pressure. And look at so Dakota Joshua's stick just snaps here. And you know, what this line was able to do, Robertson, Waugh, and Joshua, what they were able to do here was just create chaos in the Detroit zone. And you're watching the Nick Robertson sort of replay there. Those cutbacks, when he got drafted, he could not have done that. A couple of years ago, he couldn't have done that. But that guy's been putting in the work. He's becoming a really, really strong skater where, you know, that was the knock against him coming out of junior is his skating. I don't know, man. For a guy that a lot of people were like, I don't know if he's going to be in the lineup. I don't know if he's going to play. I don't know what, you know, whatever. You can't take Nick Robertson out of this lineup now. He's been great. And that was some great playing by the Leafs third line. That's exactly what you want your third line to do. Matthews, down low to Michelli. Michelli waits, holds, back up to Matthews at the top of the circle, face-off circle. Michelli cycles to the blue line, looking for an outlet pass. Matthews, wide open shot, and that makes it through. But Gibson is able to catch it. Leafs are able to get it. Bouncing puck, Tavares out to Matthews on the point. Tavares down low, back to Matthews at the point. Matthews to Michelli. Michelli, backhand pass to Riley. Shot by Matthews, and that takes down a Detroit player. That hurt like hell. I think it was who? Oh, another great play. That was Simon Edvinsson that had to get in the way of that Matthews shot. Hey, look at that. Matthews is shooting, and Edvinsson is in a ton of pain. Talbot. It's Talbot that's been in net. Why have I been saying Gibson all night? Wow. Edvinsson is in a lot of pain. But baby, let me just say this. Austin Matthews shooting again. Edvinsson, poor guy. That is going to hurt like mad. That's probably a nice bruise. Oh, man, he's in serious pain. Ooh, I think that hit him in the side of the knee. And look at Edvinsson. He doesn't give up on this. He even got his stick in the way. Like, no wonder the Detroit fans are cheering for him. That's a warrior. That's an absolutely good for him. That's a gutsy friggin' play by a gutsy player. Hayden said he dove head first to block the second shot. I respect that. Me too. I can't hate that. That's heart and soul right there. If you're a Red Wings fan, run through a wall for that man. Man, that was awesome. I've been saying Gibson all night for some dumb reason. It's Cam Talbot that's in net. I wanted it to be John Gibson just because I like John Gibson. Cam Talbot, I can take or leave him. I have nothing against Cam Talbot. Anyway, great playing by Edvinsson there. Also, I have to say, if you're a Leaf fan and you're seeing the fact that Matthews is getting the puck and is able to shoot it, dude, finally, get this man the puck. And they will, and they are. Also, I'm enjoying Michelli's vision here. Look at him. Puck, back to Riley. Riley over to Matthews. Matthews somewhat open. Riley at the blue line. Michelli back to Riley. Matthews open. Riley is able to hold. Cuts back. Nice covers for him. Michelli looking for a lane, and that puck is blocked by Bernard Docker. Here, one thing I'm going to say this. One thing I don't really want with Michelli on that first power play unit is for him to shoot. If Michelli's shooting, that means that the Leafs are not getting open enough. And what Detroit did there that was really smart was they said, you guys just, Michelli's going to make a pass? Yeah, we'd like to see him try. What we'll do is we'll cover the other four guys, and we're going to make Michelli shoot. And That's the worst case scenario for the Leafs. So what Michelli's got to do is make sure he continues to cycle that puck. When he holds it too long, Detroit knows we don't need to cover him. We'll cover the other guys. Robertson, OEL, Domi. Domi in the same spot as Michelli, looking for a pass and a shot by Bobby McMahon. And that was kicked aside by Talbot, having a strong night. Power play is over, but the Leafs have looked pretty dangerous. McMahon with another shot there. It's off a leg. Domi out front. And Larkin intercepts, and here come the Detroit Red Wings. JT Compher out of the box. Leafs are going to the box next, I can tell you that. Have they had a penalty called? No. But Detroit has had 2 called against them, so you know the next one's going to Toronto unless Bobby McMahon blasts through the zone here. Sandin Pellikka leaves the puck. Kane. And the Detroit Red Wings are offside. Denise Campbell, Adam, the answer is Barb Underhill. Oh, the answer is always Barb Underhill. She's so good. Barb Underhill is so good that she can work with multiple teams. And what Denise Campbell is talking about here is Nick Robertson's skating. Barb Underhill has been a consultant skating coach for the Toronto Maple Leafs for many, many years. And I think she also works with, it's either Detroit or Tampa. I don't think she works exclusively with the Leafs. And you're probably wondering, why do the Leafs have it that way? And what's hilarious about that is I don't think that they do by choice. I think it's because they can't pay her enough. And she'd make a lot more money just working for multiple teams at once. God bless her. Good for her. That's how you know you're good. Robert Bett, no excuses, both teams on the second half of a back-to-back. Well, I think both teams have put in some pretty good efforts here. Like, if I was a Red Wings fan, I wouldn't be upset with tonight. I'm a Leafs fan. I'm not upset with tonight. It's looked good. Look good for both. Who's one Red Wing that I would take on the Leafs in a heartbeat, says Hayden. Man, there's some really great players in the Red Wings. I think if I'm going with, I'm not going to go with the best player. I'm going to go with the one that, well, I mean, their best player, is it Larkin or Seider? I don't know, you Red Wings fans, you tell me. But a guy that I would take on the Leafs in a heartbeat is Sandin Pellikka. I love that player. And I think he's going to be, like, Seider's friggin' phenomenal. It would just feel wrong to be like, yeah, I'll just take Moritz Seider. I'm going to just take Dylan Larkin, Lucas Raymond, thanks. Buddy, Sandin Pellikka needs some more flowers. This guy's going to be legit. Obviously, the answer is Seider. I get it. But I'm being a cool guy about this and not taking him because I'm a cool guy. All right? Why is my phone buzzing? Yeah. I think so. What Moritz Seider is now, I think Sandin Pellikka can be in a couple of years. I just love that guy. And I think the Leafs are like, listen, having Dylan Larkin up front would be so sick. But Dylan Larkin, I don't think you can pry that Red Wings logo from his cold, dead hands. I don't think Seider or Larkin would look good in anything other than bright red. And you have to give the Red Wings credit. The red, their color red, that fire engine red, is the perfect red. Like, if your red jerseys are so underrated, and the thing about it is nobody wants them because Detroit's so iconic. Montreal's red is good, but I think Detroit's red is better. Their shade of red. Alex92 says, apologies if this has already been asked, but are you or anyone from SDPN streaming any of the Olympics? Yes. I am doing all of Team USA's games. Steve is doing all of Team Canada's games for the men's side. Jesse will be doing Swedish and Finnish games, and I think we're also going to do some women's games as well. I'm sure Jesse and Steve and I will split those. So yes, absolutely, we're all over those Olympics. It's going to be a crazy month. I'm so freaking excited for February. I don't expect to see my family much, so that part is less enthused. I'm less enthused about that because family's cool. Oh, Hayden says I'm streaming a game on Valentine's Day. Well, that's excellent. You know what? My wife's cool about that. She's like, Valentine's Day is when we celebrate, but we will celebrate. Damn it. Oh, games at 3:15. We're good. We're good. That's work day. Oh, what a shot. McMahon behind the net tries to get it out front, and Nick Waugh had moved from out front to chase the puck. Kind of wish he'd stayed. Oh, here we go. Matthews on a partial break. He falls. Oh, what a play by Austin Matthews. He somehow falling is still able to get a backhand off and up. Great save by Cam Talbot. It was a tricky shot. Austin Matthews looking like Austin friggin' Matthews, man. Let's go. I'm excited. I got goosebumps here. Woo! Let's go, baby. 5:56 to go in the second period. This has been a very entertaining game. For two teams on the second half of a back-to-back, people in Detroit are getting their money, and the Leafs go offside. Pretzel Hunt, New Jersey Devils red is more bricky to the eye. It looks good on them. Oh, yeah. Devils jersey. Dakota Joshua's gone to the room. Maroon is dark. People are talking about the red colors. Leafs and Wings are the only teams with just two colors. Wow. I've never thought about that. That's a really good point. Is that true, though? I'm going to look at the, like, Chicago's red, black, and white. Boston is yellow, black, and white. Calgary's, the Flames are red and white, aren't they? Or is that an orangey color because it's a flame? Nashville? Tampa. A lot of people are saying Tampa. Okay, but Tampa does have three colors because they have the black, those black jerseys, and then they have the blue Toronto Maple Leaf rip-off jerseys. Even Lightning fan, you guys all know. Those are Leaf jerseys. What are they? Leaf jerseys with a lightning bolt on them. And then they got the white striping. So I think they're a three-color team. And the Leafs got rid of their black jerseys. The Justin Bieber thing is over. Hayden says he misses the Minnesota Red jerseys. Well, Quinn Hughes in the Minnesota Reds looked good. Because that's their throwback, right? Hayden loves the red with the circle logo for the Minnesota Wild. By the way, for anybody who doesn't know, producer Hayden is a Wild fan. Ha ha. Mr. Kulan says Quinnesota. Is that what they're calling it now? I like that. So it was Finnesota. Now it's Quinnesota. I like that. I like that very much. Man, Bill Guerin, that's a man with guts. That man has never experienced heartburn in his life. Doesn't experience stress. Never knows what it looks like. What a friggin' dog of a GM. Like, crazy that he was able to get that deal done. Anytime a player like Quinn Hughes becomes available, if you're a GM and not calling to at least go, hey, what are you looking for? You're not doing your job. Quinn Hughes is a franchise player. I can't believe we had a franchise player traded before Christmas, too. Oh, no. Oh, no. Good save by Hildeby. Great play by Detroit, to be honest. Thank God Hildeby bailed the Leafs out. Leafs pinned a little bit here. And nice little save by Hildeby on a fluttering shot. Victor Mento, Adam, remember when you told me I was living the nightmare after the 0-5 power play game? We might be waking up after all. Time to dream, isn't it? I think so. It's Christmas holidays. Miracles can happen. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Robert Bet, the only team colors that matter are blue and white. Go Leafs go. You're right, Robert. You're right. Oh, and Cassie's here. What's up, Cassie? Shout out to Cassie. Cassie gang. Cassie clan. Justin Brazeau has a Hattie? Get out. Get out of here. Really? Good for him. Dubas loves his guys, man. Loves his guys. Iggy was taken, says, so I just joined the stream. Did Austin just hate Mark Savard? Like all of a sudden he's back. Listen, I don't think any of the guys would have hated Mark Savard. From everything I've heard, Mark Savard's a great person. Sometimes, though, a system doesn't match a team. And by the way, the power play he ran in Calgary when the Leafs got him, I think it was like 15th, 16th, something. I just don't think it worked for whatever reason. I don't think the setup worked, and I think the Leafs are doing a better job on it now. Henderson says, just saying, we've won more in blue and white in 1 decade than you have in 7. Well, that's true. But you did steal our jerseys, so I'm still going to say that. Meme Empress, if you're counting black, then the Leafs have 3 too. Y'all got Shamrock Green as well. Those are the St. Pat's jerseys, though, so those are not the same. Also, we don't have black jerseys anymore. They are gone. Victor Mento says, Adam, don't lie. You hate Quinnesota. Come on now. No, I love it. I love a good, I love a good like name into a city. I love that. I don't know what you call that, but I love it. Fun. What's Hayden said? Hayden almost muted my mic. If I'd said I hate Minnesota, he said he would end the stream. So somebody said let Mad Dog do some Scepter streams. I think. Listen, one day Maddie might want to be on the air. I don't know, but I don't think she's at that point yet. You never know. You never know. I think she's also Maddie's got like multiple jobs, right? Maddie's a hustler. She's working hard. All right, here we go. Lee, Detroit, Michigan. The Red Wings helmets are matte red. I like it. I like the matte helmets. I liked the shiny helmets that LA and Vegas were rocking too. I think it's cool. Hayden thinks that's a hot take. I think it's great. Nice save there by Hildeby. I think the matte helmets kind of fit the retro look for Detroit too. I really like these jerseys. I think Detroit nailed these jerseys. They're awesome. And I have been critical of some of their like Winter Classic outdoor game jerseys because they've been bad. But these ones are great. And I like the brown gloves. Steve doesn't like brown gloves and brown equipment. I think he's wrong. I think they look cool. They should have committed to the bit, though, and made the helmets brown, too. Like they're like wearing leather caps and old school football. Pretzel Hunt, the Wylde's green glossy gloves were cool. Yeah, they were. I like those. And I like when people put on, like, if they got an all-white sort of jersey, like the Leafs had the Navy, the Canadian Navy jerseys a few years ago with the white gloves. I loved those. I know a lot of people were haters about them, but I really like them. Here comes Scott Lawton. Oh, and not a great pass. Bernard Dock was able to turn that around pretty quickly. Gets it to Appleton. Appleton with a wide open shot. Dennis Hildeby stands strong. Victor Mento, best Winter Classic jerseys ever, Leafs versus Wings. Yeah, man, 2014. Both brought their A game to that one. Cassie, how do we think Steve is feeling about Brazeau getting a Hattie? Oh, salty as hell. I think it's one of those, that's an unforced error by the Leafs. And now look at him. He's 6'7", scoring hat tricks in a game against the Blackhawks. Crazy. Aiden says Minnesota let him walk too, so it kind of sucks for him. COVID, man. COVID did some weird stuff to people. Oh, what a save by Hildeby. Great play by DeBrincat. And finds an open man. And Hildeby is able to just glove that like it's no big thing. Ben Sherrod had a wide open look and kind of nailed his positioning where it's supposed to go. Look at that. Boom. That was going top corner. Hildeby had the eyes, had the position, and that puck was not level either. It was kind of curving in the air. Good for Dennis. It's just Julia says, Hilda denied. Hill denied. We got to work on that. There's something that Hill denied. Hill denied. It reads better than it says out loud. You know what I mean? Michelli across the Detroit blue line into their zone. Shot on Talbot. Turned to right side of the corner. Tavares collects. Tavares to Nyes. Fighting along the boards. Kopp all over him. Nyes cuts back. Tries to find Kopp. Cuts back again. Kopp is able to stop him, jar the puck loose, and off goes Morgan Riley with Alex DeBrincat all over him. That was some speed, both of those players. Kane gets the puck loose, shot by DeBrincat, big save by Hildeby. Oh, and Hildeby makes another great save. Patrick Kane tried to bump one out of midair, and he just missed. But that net would have been wide open for Patrick Kane, and you know that he wants to get a goal against his good friend Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews grew up watching Patrick Kane, idolizing the way he played. And now, and you guys remember the infamous Chicago Blackhawks game where they both were doing this. You know that they bring it against each other. Larkin carrying the puck across. Leafs looking a little shaky in the last 80 seconds of this period. Nice block there by Austin Matthews on Team USA teammate Dylan Larkin. That has not given the Leafs possession, though. Shot off the post! And a big post for the Toronto Maple Leafs. If they can get out of this period without getting the tie, Austin Matthews is in serious pain. Oh, and that puck goes in. Man, Moritz Seider with a big shot from the point. Toronto Maple Leafs looked like ass on that shift. Detroit just poured it on. Austin is in serious pain. Last thing the Leafs need is another star player to go down. Cassie dropping a $4 SDPN super chat. We appreciate you, Cassie. With is that a hippo going, ah? Wow. They just could not get that puck out. Domi tried to fire it out on the backhand. Moritz Seider lined it up, and I don't know if that the replay was too quick. Did anybody touch that on the way in? No, it was Seider. He just found, wow. Crash test fetus. He got Hill to beat. Somebody else asking, is William Nylander playing? No, he is not. He is day-to-day, which means he's dead. We have no idea what day-to-day means in Toronto anymore, but he did make it on the road trip, so that's good. Meme Empress, love the chat, understanding the assignment, LOL. Man, there's nothing worse than allowing a goal in the last minute before you go to the intermission. Matthews has gone to the dressing room. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, Matthews in the dressing room kind of makes sense with a minute to go. Get the skate off. Have a look. Hopefully it's just a bruise. Red Wings look good there. They looked really strong here in the last 5 minutes. They really got their game going. Tori says, Adam, it's about time to crack that bottle of Jack Daniels behind you. Yeah, that's the McLaren Jack Daniels, McLaren Racing Jack Daniels bottle that Tim flew home for me because he knows I'm a big McLaren guy from the Netherlands, Zandvoort, which was pretty cool. OEL with a shot off the back at Dakota Joshua's skate. Dakota Joshua also went to the dressing room, but he is back on the ice. Oh, OEL with a bit of a bump there. 9 seconds in this power play, or this period, excuse me, it's not a power play. Can Robertson just get a shot off here? And he does. And that puck is gloved by Talbot and kicked off to the corner. And we go. Oh, yeah. So Rasmussen and OEL. So basically Rasmussen was going in the corner and OEL bumped him. How hard was this hit? It wasn't that hard of a hit, but Rasmussen sort of lost his balance and he got him in a tough spot, right? So Rasmussen he's hurting. He's hurting bad. Hayden's saying that he kind of toe picked right as OEL touched him, which means, you're in a bit of an awkward spot. It's easy to fall. Cassie says it's 7-2 Pens. Achari just needs an assist for a Gordy. Did Achari fight somebody tonight? Hope he didn't re-break that nose. I love Noel Achari. I know he hasn't played his best hockey in Pittsburgh, but he was great here in Toronto for the little bit that we got him. Wingnut 84 says, let's go Red Wings. Boo. But also they're playing a good game. I got to give it to them. Cassie also says, also happy holidays, everybody. Shout out, Cassie. Having a good night. The Pens are winning. Robar says, got my first racing wheel. It is hard to adjust, LOL. Yeah, I get the racing sim over there for Tim Haraney on our Formula One podcast. He let me use it. I mean, it belongs to STP and I could use it anytime I want, but I jumped in after him once and it was impossible to even turn the car properly. You can do anything with that Fanatec wheel that we have. It's like, it's as close to a sim that you're going to get without spending like $100,000. That's like not $100,000. And it was donated to us by Mike Schmidt. And Mike is a longtime listener to the show. And Mike wasn't playing with it anymore because he has 3 children. But Tim loves it so much that sometimes he just comes in here. And while we're recording the Steve Dangle podcast, he'll just be racing. And he'll come out, like we'll come out and see him. And he doesn't even talk to us because he's so focused. And he's got sweat rings just pouring down his chest because it's so intense. It's really cool. Anyway, Robar, good luck. Cassie dropping 20 SDPN membership. Shout out, Cassie. Yes. If you got a free membership from Cassie, make sure you say thank you because you can now check out all of our VIP episodes. And if you want to, you can upgrade to SDP VIP ad-free and get every single episode ad-free and early. We release the ad-free episodes earlier and exclusive emojis so you can be the coolest guy in the chat. Victor Mento, 53, says, Leafs just got tossed around for 2 minutes straight. They sure did. And that is why they let in a goal. All right. Hayden, what clip do we have? Because we're going to play this clip and then we're going to come back for the third. Ooh, so it's Jesse and Steve and I making our medal picks for the Olympics. Not medal band. I know I have a lot of metalheads watching these streams, and I'm a metalhead too. Not that kind of medal. Gold, silver, bronze medal. Check it out, and I will see you at the beginning of the third period.
To go first.
Give me a weird one. Canada gold, USA silver, and bronze. I'm feeling Czechia. Yeah, I agree. That is.
All right. Jesse Blake,
It's overthinking it, frankly. It's being difficult.
I'm going to go Canada, Sweden.
Yes.
Interesting.
USA bronze. No.
Yep.
No. I think they give up that bronze medal.
You don't think they medal?
I think they lose the medal game
That happened in Nagano.
to Germany.
German.
Oh,
Leon Draisaitl.
Das is interesting. Okay, I'm saying Canada, Sweden in the finals because I'm worried about the USA's health, honestly. So I'm a homer, so I'm going Canada for gold, Sweden for silver, and it's difficult to go against USA. But if USA doesn't win, I can see, and this happens with a lot of good teams. Canada lost the bronze medal game in Nagano, remember?
If Canada or USA end up in that game, I could easily see them lose.
Which is
This is what I'm saying,
which is
Brooksy.
why I think Czechia is going to get it.
Nice.
Oh.
Because when you win something in Czechia, it's a friggin' national holiday.
Yeah.
Those boys are going to be fighting for that tournament.
There is no
like
tomorrow.
mad. Yeah, it's
must win.
It's
bronze.
crazy.
Steve didn't pick Team Italy.
Yeah, they might not score a goal.
but they're gonna.
Okay.
But they'll be there.
Over under, how many goals does Team Italy score?
2.5.
Oh.
Are you taking the over or the under?
How many games in the round robin?
I think it's 4. I gotta check for you.
Okay, so they're not going to score in 2 of them, but they'll get 2 goals in each of the other 2.
I think it's.
So I'm going to say 4 goals for Team Sweden or Italy. 4 goals.
I think 4 is. Yeah, I think 4 is optimistic.
Yeah, because you can see them like playing like, I don't know, a Norway. Not that Norway's a slouch, but you can see them getting a goal there or a couple goals here or there.
I think Norway murders them.
They would.
It
would be like 10-1 though, right?
Yeah.
The 12 teams are seeded in 3 groups of 4 teams. Each team will play a round robin within their group.
Okay.
So
That's 3 games.
So you only play 3 games in your round robin. Okay.
Yep.
So we got that set. Canada, Finland, USA, Germany, Switzerland, Czechia, Italy. And then through the Olympic qualifying tournament, we're also going to get Slovakia, Latvia, Denmark, and France. So, Italy, 3 games. Over under total goals scored, 1.5. They score 2, they score 1. What do you think?
Who's in their thing?
And
You know?
their group?
Yeah.
Groups aren't set yet. We don't have groups.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Under.
Oh my gosh, no faith.
I know.
That was bad.
There's at least a couple fans listening.
Did they-
Going, Mamma mia.
I got it. I lied. We do have some the groups and games. I believe this is men's. Yeah, okay. They're playing Sweden,
You're not scoring.
Slovakia,
Maybe.
and Finland.
No. Oh my God. That's actually a really hard group. No, I'm right. I think I'm right.
Adam?
I think I'm right.
I think they score 4 goals throughout the tournament. That's fine.
Against who?
Italy?
Against
Which
who
game?
and when?
They're scoring it.
No.
Which
It'll
game?
It'll be a garbage time goal. Garbage time.
Okay, in the Sweden game?
Yeah, they're gonna get a garbage time goal. Who is it? Sweden and who?
So they play Sweden. I'll do it again.
Do they have 6 players named to their team already, like Canada and the States? And
I don't know, actually.
And who have we heard of one of them?
On February 11th, Italy plays Sweden. Adam, you think they score goals?
A goal in garbage time. It'll be like 10-1.
Okay, so that's 1 goal.
Yeah.
On where's the other? On February 14th, they play Finland.
Okay. Valentine's Day, St. Valentine was from Italy. They get a goal. It's an 8-1 Finland win.
Okay, that's 2 goals. And the day before February 13th, they play Slovakia.
And they also play Slovakia?
Yeah, they play 3 games. Those
2 goals against Slovakia. Slovakia's
Oh.
going to kick their ass 7-2.
Wow.
Okay, I have an answer. So Italy has named 6 players.
Okay.
Name them.
Damian Clara.
I can't.
Okay, I gotta look at Damian
I
Clara.
can't tell you who that is.
So he's actually a 2nd-round pick of the Ducks from 2023.
Okay.
Diego Kostner
Kevin Costner's brother.
has played 15 seasons in Switzerland's National League. Thomas Larkin. Oh,
Dylan Larkin.
you really hear the musica in his name there.
Who is it?
Larkin
Thomas
was
Larkin?
selected by the Blue Jackets in the 5th round of the 2009 draft.
2009.
Daniel Montenuto from Thornhill, Ontario. The 27-year-old competes internationally for Italy. Tommy Perdeller, the 21-year-old from Brunico. The forward played 2 seasons with Peterborough of the Ontario Hockey League. And he currently plays with HC Pustertal Wolf of the Ice Hockey League.
Austria.
Sure, I believe you. And Lucas Zanata.
Pustira. It's Pustira.
Luca Zanata he's a 34 from Pieve de Cadore. Began his international career in 2014 and played 7 games for Italy in the 2017 IIHF World Championship. He had 18 points, 1 goal, 17 assists for HE Pastorio Wolf of this season.
Oh boy. The highest scoring, you got to watch
They're
out
going to die.
for. Watch out for Tommy Perdeller. He's got 16 points in 26 games in the Austrian Super League. So
Their goalie's going to face 80 shots again. The only thing saving them is no one trying.
their goalie is Damian Clara, 2nd-round pick of the Ducks 2 years ago.
Yeah.
In the Swedish league right now, he's 11-10 with an 895 save percent.
How many Italian-born men will be on Italy?
Damian Clara is Italian. Diego Kostner does not have a birth
We should wrap.
city listed. Does not have. So that's what I'm saying. Hockey DB does not have his birth city. Diego Kostner.
That you never see that. You see that for guys born in the 20s.
Thomas Larkin, playing for Italy, is born in London, England.
I think we're good.
Daniel Montenuto from Thornhill, Ontario.
We're good.
Tommy Perdeller from Brunico, Italy as well. And Luca Zanetta, also no birth city listed.
All right. Um, Hayden asked the chat if lava lamps were cool. Of course they're cool. You know what sucks about lava lamps? It just takes them a while to get going. But once they get going, I like them. Hayden's got one apparently next to his setup. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. For those of you that don't know, Mo Bamba, the basketball player, of which that song, that really very popular song from a few years ago, is named after. Mo Bamba is a Toronto Raptor. Toronto Raptor. Mo Bamba. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I like, he's been apparently very good in the G League, but you know that, like, if he's getting ready to go on, they got to play Mo Bamba. He's got to have his own walk-up music. I just think that's cool. Mo Bamba, Toronto Raptor. Hayden says, Scotty Barnes had a 20-20 tonight. That's 20 points and 20 rebounds. That is the first time that's ever happened in Raptors history. Listen, that guy's a dog. He's crazy. And because he plays in Toronto, he gets largely ignored by the American media. But Scotty Barnes freaking slaps. He's awesome. And he was not the guy that everybody wanted the Raptors to draft back in the day. But Masai and Bobby Webster, they knew better. I also want to say this. For anybody who's in Southern Ontario right now, the rain that we are getting is absolutely insane. I just looked outside, and it's literal. Like, so we had in Ontario, some areas more than this, but in Toronto, we had like 10 centimeters of snow a couple days ago. And now it's just freezing rain. And it's not a little bit of freezing rain. It's like midsummer thunderstorm type of rain. But it's been raining and raining and raining and raining. And I can't, I'm like glad I don't have a basement. I mean, we have a basement here at SDPM, but it's pretty safe and secure. Anybody with a slightly leaky basement right now, this is not going to be a fun time. It is. Yeah, so the Zamboni driver says it's an ice swamp. It is an ice swamp. Luke says Peterborough is one giant ice cube right now. Power outage is a concern. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this for any of my Southern Ontario peeps, but Peterborough got absolutely crushed by an ice storm last spring. And like, so my in-laws have, they've retired up north of there, about an hour north. And so when we go up to see them, obviously we drive the 115 through Peterborough, and I could not believe the carnage. Could not believe it. If you're from a warm climate, if you've never experienced an ice storm, it's worse than a snowstorm. It's terrible because not only do you not have power, but nobody can get around, and the roads look clear, but there's this weird little phenomenon called black ice, which is ice you just can't see. And you see cars spinning out and sliding everywhere. And it doesn't matter how big your truck is. It doesn't matter how good your tires are. It's ice. And there's no way to stop. And there's no way to turn. And trees are coming down. It took all summer to clean it up. This is crazy. Absolutely nuts. Hayden said there were people in Barrie that did not have power for almost 3 weeks. And Hayden lives up in Barrie. You should find Hayden's house. Start knocking on doors. Hello, does Hayden live here? Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. You can see the ice. The problem is it looks wet and not frozen. Yeah, that's also true. It's because the top layer is wet, and then the layers under it are actually frozen, right? Vulcan99 says, hey, Adam. Just got in. How's the game going? Fun fact, the weather, I believe, in St. Louis is set for a record of 71 today. It was snowing before it got dark. Wow. 71. Damn. On Track 91 says, meanwhile, in the UK, 1 inch of snow and the entire country falls into chaos. It's like when there was some snow in Texas a few years ago, and Ted Cruz just got on a plane and friggin' left. But yeah, like if you're of a warm climate or a warmer climate, and all your power lines are exposed, you have issues. I remember when I lived in Nova Scotia, because it's all rock and it's thick, impossible to get through rock. all of the power lines that are supposed to be dug underground are exposed. So every time you get an ice storm or a snowstorm or a heavy rainstorm in the summertime, the power goes out because the lines are all exposed. And man, it was crazy working on the radio in that, because there'd be people calling in and going, hey, I don't have any power, but I have a wind-up radio. Can you tell me what's going on right now? Happened all the time. Cassie says it's meant to go from 60 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit from Monday to Tuesday next week. Holy wow. That's in Pittsburgh, right? That's crazy. What's that, Hayden? 20 Fahrenheit is 16 degrees Fahrenheit under freezing. So 20 Fahrenheit, because Hayden doesn't know Fahrenheit, he only knows Celsius. 20 Fahrenheit to Celsius would be the equivalent of -6. So let's say it's going 60 Fahrenheit to Celsius. It's the equivalent of going from 15 to -6 in 24 hours. That's pretty heavy. And I think one thing that, like, when I lived in Calgary, which was nuts, we're just talking about the weather because that's what Canadians do. There were these things called Chinooks. And Chinooks are kind of crazy because Calgary is right on the edge of the Rocky Mountains. And so what'll happen is these warm blasts of air will come up from the southern United States and they'll bump into the Rocky Mountains and they'll go all the way north, like right up to Calgary, all the way up through the continent. But the wind that accompanies them is insane. So it would be like -10, which is roughly 15, 20 degrees Fahrenheit. It would go from like -10 to like 60, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be like sometimes 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. Like you go from wearing a snowsuit to a t-shirt the next day and then back to a snowsuit the day after. And it would happen in like January. Those are crazy because people get insane headaches. The wind drives them crazy. When you get that much wind, it drives people absolutely nuts. By the way, Austin Matthews is skating, so that's a good sign, but he's looking like he's wincing a little bit. Anyway, long story short, I knew, and I was warned about this by my co-hosts when I moved to Calgary. They're like, listen, when the Chinooks hit, people are going to be a little angry and irritable on the phone lines. And boy, oh boy, they were not kidding. People would just be whenever they called it. In Calgary? So somebody in the chat said it went from -26 to +2 today in Calgary. That's crazy. I can't, I know that sounds great, but I can't express what that does to the human body. It's insane. People go berserk. Like it's not normal or natural. And a lot of people don't even realize that they're being grouchy and they get migraines and all this shit. It's not good. Emo Jalapeno says, crank the heat and charge your devices, friends. Absolutely. SLS98. Sorry to change the topic, Adam. We know the Steelers are going to somehow have to beat the Ravens next week and then lose in the wild card, the Mike Tomlin way. Well, they're going to win the division if they beat the Ravens, so that'd be good. They got to win the division. And if they blow it this year, like, I don't know what to say. To me, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a lot in common with the Vancouver Canucks if the Canucks regularly made the playoffs and got eliminated. They have talent, not enough talent. They refuse to rebuild, which is what everybody knows they need to do. They're getting consistently older. Their quarterback's 42. They've had good moments this year. They've had bad moments this year. This game today was terrible. Just rebuild, man. Just rebuild. Rebuild. So Rasmussen is not back. Austin Matthews is. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. We'll have to pay attention to the Detroit Red Wings account. Robert and not good play. Robert. Hayden says he was clearly carried to the locker room. Okay, so hopefully that's not an injury, but if you guys could, Robert and Hayden, pay attention to the Detroit Red Wings, or if they have a Red Wings PR Twitter account, just to see about if there's any updates about Rasmussen tonight. Just have a look on it. Yanaki says, I can't find the game. Is it Sportsnet or TSN? It is Sportsnet tonight, and it is a regional Sportsnet game, which means it's not available nationally, which is bizarre. It's SN Ontario, says Lonely Plucker. Red Wings absolutely dominated the last 5 minutes of the second period. Until that point, though, the Leafs had a great period. Leafs need to turn the momentum here. They've had some great scoring opportunities in this game, but Cam Talbot has been spectacular for the Red Wings. And frankly, I think it's one of those things where it's going to be one of those like next goal win type of games. Oh, Joshua, the great steal. Talbot stands tall. Well, sort of sits tall. Great play by Joshua, but even better save by Cam Talbot. Total Malarkey says the other week in Wisconsin, we had a 2 p.m. high temperature of 48 degrees Fahrenheit and a low less than 12 hours later of -4. Oh, that's like in the -20s Celsius. Yuck. That's hardcore, man. Wisconsin weather's insane. Oh my God. The Red Wings are pushing right now. Casper just missed one. Oh, here we go. Scott Laughton. He might be away. Oh, but the Cam Talbot gets out and ruins all our fun. Man, Laughton's got some jets. I didn't know that he was that fast. He's faster than you think. I'm not saying he's the fastest guy on the ice, but he's a fourth-line center. We got to remember that. Victor Mento, 53. Adam, is it 8-ball time or what, my dude? Well, what do you want me to ask it? Give me a question to ask. I will ask the 8-ball. 23 Plaster, watching from Quebec due to paying the big bucks for Sportsnet Plus. I do that too. It's worth it. I wish the feed was better. I wish a lot was better about that Sportsnet app. A lot. Like a lot. But, at least it's working tonight. All right. What do we want? Domi wins the draw up to McMahon. McMahon shot, looking for a rebound on that, but very smartly, Cam Talbot keeps that in his pads. Those low shots, Leafs are looking for, if you're an outside shot, trying to get that off of the pad to get the puck out. McCabe was jetting down the other side, could have had the rebound. Cam Talbot read that perfectly. All right, what do we got? All right. I know you guys want me to, you know what? I will ask the 8-ball at the next commercial break, but we're going to need an 8-ball question. So the 8-ball question, does the next goal win? I like that. I think that's a good question. Let's get straight to the point. 8-ball has been a little bit mysterious lately. A lot of, please ask again laters and stuff like that. I don't know. Oh, McMahon with a steal. Over to Domi. Domi just missed. Edmondson had Domi stick tied up. If he hadn't, McMahon with another steal. Bobby McMahon is playing pretty darn well on Austin Matthews' wing. Couple of steals on that shift. That's exactly what you need from your top line. Especially with Nylander out. You got to have a big game. Domi to Michelli. Michelli spins, gets it deep. Broom is going to like that. Michelli getting a puck deep. Zamboni driver, Leafs versus Wings, game-winning scorer. I'm saying 91. The Brincat to Kopp across the ice. Oh, big save there by Hildeby. He's had to bail the Leafs out a few times tonight. He's been sharp. Kopp! Kane even. Sorry, not Kopp. That's Kane. Different 8. Now there's Kopp, though, behind the net. Kane along the half boards. Kopp working with the Brincat. Myers and Riley all over him. And that puck is tipped out by Michelli. Tavares gives chase. Tavares almost stole the puck for Sherratt. Did steal it from Sandy Pelican. Shot by Robertson and in! Oh my God, what a goal! Nick Robertson with an absolute laser beam! And that was all the Portuguese Prince, John Tavares, working his ass off at the end of a shift. Steals the puck from both Sherratt and Sandine Pelican. Gets it to the second best shot on the Toronto Maple Leafs. And it's an absolute rocket from Nicholas Robertson. You don't need 88 when you got 89 on your wing. Oh my God. What a play by Robertson, and what a play by John Tavares. That's a dog play right there. A dog. Wow. What a friggin' goal, baby. Yes. That's 2 goals in 2 games for Nick Robertson as well. Good for Robbie. Damn. Rasmussen is back on the bench for the Detroit Red Wings. Joshua with a shot. Oh, that was through traffic. I think Talbot still stopped it. Oh, here we go. Cedric. Oh, my God. And the Leafs allow a goal almost immediately. Unbelievable play by the Detroit Red Wings there. I have to give him credit. I hate it. I don't want to give him credit. But that Mason Appleton just found a beautiful spot. Damn. 23 seconds after the Leafs take the lead. Is this offside? No. No, that's good. And Mason Appleton finds the seam over Dennis Hildeby. If anything there, I would say Hildeby was down too quick. And I think Oliver Ekman-Larsson takes the wrong man. I think Hildeby's down a little too fast on this one. You know what? Listen, one thing I'll say about the Toronto Maple Leafs, they let in a lot of goals in the last week, but at least the games have been exciting. Like, the product before this has been absolutely atrocious. I'll take this. Oh, Kim Talbot gets a bouncing puck on him, and somehow, weirdly, from center, almost bumbles it, but he's able to get it to the side. Wow, big blast. Puck goes out, back into the Detroit Red Wings zone. Marco Kasper fired a rocket of his own. Whew. All right, so we got ourselves a game here, folks. We got the division-leading Detroit Red Wings against the division-not-leading, the division basement dwellers, Toronto Maple Leafs. But it's a good game. It's exciting. Leafs can't defend for shit, but, you know, working on it. Apparently, Brandon Carlo is going to be back in the next week or two. That's going to be exciting because he was clearly hurt coming out of camp and did not play well. Raymond with a play around the net. Back to Edvinsson. By the way, Rasmussen apparently assisted on that last goal. So he gets hurt. He's not even out for the third period, but he was able to get an assist on that Mason Appleton goal. Bobby McMahon takes the puck, beats the Red Wings to it. He is down, and he's got 2 guys, Seider and Edvinsson, giving him the bumps. Domi is in there as well, trying to dig the puck loose. McMahon gets it loose. Tavares on it. Tavares with the puck. Behind the net. Cycles it back. Stetcher able to pinch. Almost loses his stick. Larkin tried to get the puck out. Leafs kind of are able to close ranks on him. Michelli across the Red Wings blue line. Gets the puck deep. Gets his own dump in. Michelli crosses back to Tavares behind the net. To Stetcher. Stetcher shot. Rebound. Tavares. Tavares behind the net. Tanai is also behind the net. There's a lot of guys behind the net. There's 4 NHL bodies behind that net. There's not enough room. Simply not enough. Kopp and OEL. OEL is able to beat Kopp to that puck. Man, can we just talk about how great Oliver Ekman-Larsson has been for the Leafs? Oh, what a save! Dennis Hildeby on an unbelievable setup and shot. DeBrincat thought he had one. The arena thought he had one. And my God, the Hilda Beast is able to get in the way of that shot. 11:52 to go in the third. Oliver Ekman-Larsson with another hit, this time on Kopp. And the Detroit Red Wing faithful are pissed about it. I think there's going to be a penalty. Oh, no. Is that a glove pass? Wow, what an awesome save. Oh, no, it wasn't a save. That's a post. All right. All right, folks. Well, you know what? Listen, coaches hate it. I think players like it. I think fans love it. It's called an entertaining product. Now, if you're a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, you know that this knife cuts both ways. You know that having an entertaining, crazy, fun product can lead to some bad goals against. But you know what it is fun to do? Watch those types of games because you're up here, and then you're down here, and then you're up here again. In previous years, Leafs were able to play that brand of hockey all the way through the regular season, coast into a playoff spot, and as soon as the playoffs hit, they would not be able to score any goals. That sucked. Last year, they played a very boring brand of hockey. They got into the playoffs. They were just able to score. Got all the way to Game 7 of the second round. That's pretty good for the Leafs. If you're a Red Wing fan, you're like, what? That's the best you can do? Yeah, okay, it is right now. So don't judge. Okay, you can judge a little. Now what you're getting with the Toronto Maple Leafs the last few games is a system that I know Craig Berube probably isn't thrilled about. But if you've got really good goaltending, like the Leafs do, Wool's been great, Hildeby's been great, Stolarz is known to be great when he's healthy. I don't think we're going to see him again this year, honestly, at this point. I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking this is the brand of hockey they need to play a little bit. Like, it's going, as I told you, the knife will cut both ways. You will let in goals like the Mason Appleton goal, and you go, damn it. But I want to say this. The Leafs have allowed 8 goals in their last few games, last 2. And that's a lot of goals allowed. But they've scored 13. And what is hockey if not a goal-scoring contest? And it's not like they've been playing slouches. Ottawa's a good team. Pittsburgh had a really good start. They haven't been great lately, but they've had a really good start. I don't know if you're going to be able to beat the Colorado Avalanche playing like this. But can you get into the playoffs playing like this? I think so. I think so. Are you going to get very far? Maybe not. But the Toronto Maple Leafs do know how to play playoff-style hockey a little bit better now under Berube. Maybe they stick on this. I don't know. Hayden says that McKinnon would have 8 points a game against this. Man, that would mean McCarr would have 10. You're right. Oh, Joshua tripped up there, but I think he tried to sell that a little too hard. And the refs are like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not calling that. 10:50 to go in the third. By the way, in case anybody's wondering, I put the Conor McDavid trophy away from the OHL, and you'll say, oh, well, that's good, Adam. Somebody said, LOL, Adam, please don't break it. You'll be happy to know that I almost did. I banged my knee off of the 9 on that 97 just a second ago, and I got a nice little welt. It's not an insignificantly heavy trophy. It's a thick boy. And so the trophy held up just fine. My knee, not so much. Lisa Moe 3434 says, I'm extremely downsizing my 30th birthday party tomorrow due to the ice and snowstorm in southwestern Ontario. It'd be a really nice consolation prize if the Leafs could win in regulation tonight. Lisa, happy 30th birthday. The dawning of a new decade. My goodness. Well, I hope that your 30th birthday is great regardless, and I hope that your friends are able to get together and party with you at some other point. Because you deserve that. It is your 30th birthday. But happy birthday from all of us at SDPN and all of us in Gripper Nation who love you. Lisa Moe is often on these chats and hanging out. Lisa Moe, card-carrying member of Gripper Nation. So happy birthday, Lisa. Matthews gets the puck to Domi. Domi to the point. Shot in. Oh, man, and Bobby McMahon bumped Cam Talbot. Cam Talbot's pissed. Cam Talbot's throwing him. Bobby McMahon's got it. Man, Bobby McMahon is in the middle of it all, and I don't even know if Bobby McMahon meant to hit Cam Talbot. Cam Talbot throwing him. Let's go. It's old school tonight. So I guess McMahon's going to get a penalty here, and Matthews is pissed about it. I want to see this. I don't think McMahon, like, listen, he's tough, but he's not like a guy that takes runs at goalies very often. He said Hayden's like, reminder, he's from Saskatchewan. That's a farm boy. So he pushed Sider out of the way and then bumped. Yeah, I can see how that's goaltender interference. Okay. All right. Hayden says that should be 2 on Talbot as well. You can't just be a goalie throwing them, but the refs are never going to do that. I'm okay with, listen, for real, I'm fine with it. The Leafs have a really good PK. It's nice to see them having some fight. Bobby McMahon is having a good game. He's having a really good game. But yeah, I feel like that should be offsetting minors. It won't be. Mick says he's not in the crease. Yes, true. But you still can't hit a goalie. Like if a goalie's behind the net and the goalie has the puck and I come in and level him, they're still going to call me. You can't crush a goalie, right? So anyway. Hayden hates that. Well, I just feel like, but Hayden, Hayden is saying to me that if a goalie leaves the crease, he should be fair game. And I'm saying, yeah, that's fair to a point. But what I also want to say is that like goalies do not have the ability to play the same as players do, and they don't often have the momentum, and they have different skates and different pads, whatever. I can see why you want to protect your goalies. I get it. Hayden says it works in lacrosse. Yeah, but everybody's on foot in lacrosse, right? It's different. They're on knife shoes here. It's different. Victor Mento says, Sabres looking down on the Leafs and Bruins. What is real? Man, Sabres have looked amazing. And you know what's so funny is that really, when you think about it, not that the Sabres are bad. They're not. They're clearly very good. But what I think is so interesting is they happen to be on a minor winning streak, like 2 games, 3 games maybe, when Kevin Adams got fired. And now they're up to 7. So everybody's like, well, man, they must have hated Kevin Adams. It might be a fluke, but they are playing like they love hockey again. Yeah, I mean, there should probably be coincidental minors here. They're showing this on McMahon, but, there's not. So you got to deal with it. Oh, no, they do. They do. So we don't have a power play. It looks like it's a 4-on-4. Is it a power play? Oh, no. So the Leafs are going to get the extra. For what? Why are the Leafs getting an extra? They didn't do anything. Well, I mean, McMahon did, but he got the penalty. What? Why is this not 4-on-4? What the fuck is this? I don't understand that. Can someone in the chat explain that to me? I don't understand that. Hayden, do you get that? Hayden's trying to pull up the report here. I do not understand. They gave Bobby McMahon 2 for roughing, 2 for holding stick, and Scott Laughton is away. 2-on-1, broken stick, Sandy Pellica. No, why did you pass? Shoot the puck, Scotty. Shoot the puck, Scotty. Oh. Lorentz was not available for a pass. Why did you shoot it? Oh. Why would Bobby McMahon get a penalty for holding the stick? Yo, Laughton's got to shoot here. He's got to shoot here. Heather, the Avs fan. Speaking of the Avs, I'm going to the Leafs game on the 12th here in Denver. Good luck. Hope you're streaming. I don't know. Is the 12th? What is that? What day of the week is that? If it's a Saturday, Steve will be doing it. But if I'm doing it, I'll do it with Drew. I don't like this. I'm not happy about it. So McMahon got 2 for holding the stick. And are you sure it's not Cowan just serving it? The NHL website right now says that Cowan got 2 for roughing and McMahon got 2 for holding the stick. So there's no goaltender interference on that? Nothing? I think they got that Cowan thing wrong. There's no way Cowan got a roughing call. McMahon getting a roughing call makes sense on the goalie. That makes sense. Cowan getting a roughing call for what? Cowan wasn't on the ice. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Cowan was not on the ice. It was a first line shift. Domi and Matthews were out there. Aiden says someone is asleep at the wheel at NHL.com. Well, that wouldn't be the first. I'm kidding. They're fine. The NHL stats department's great. Head office, though. Yeah, we're not so sure about that. By the way, Detroit's power play in December has been on fire. Second in the entire league, 36%. This is going to put the Leafs' very good shorthanded group to work. You know, Ryan Whitney of Spitting Chicklets, I think in this fall of 2023, the Red Wings had a really good start. Oh, man, they just missed a great opportunity. He said the league's better when Detroit's good. Oh, what a save by Hildeby. What a save by Hildeby. And it's gone. Puck is out. Cowan with a breakaway. Here we go. Cut in. Shoot. Oh, and Cam Talbot with a save. If Cowan if Cowan almost received that puck, if he had received it cleanly, I think you had a really good one-on-one breakaway. Anyway, long story short, I think Whitney was right when he said that. The league's better when Detroit's good. And it's been a long time since they've been this good, so it's kind of fun to see the Detroit Red Wings and the Leafs going at it. It's been a long, long time since both of these teams were good at hockey at the same time. Probably when I was like a teenager. I'm not even kidding. The Leafs were bad for that long. Here we go. Michelli. Man, there's some life in those Leaf legs right now. Oh, and it's almost Jake McCabe almost gets one off the post. And they're not going to blow it. Oh, McCabe was so close. And that puck went off of the skates. Is there a penalty here? Wow, Detroit just missed one at the end of the power play there. Then Cowan gets an unbelievable opportunity. God bless Hildeby. He's been great. Cowan tries to break in, but he knows he doesn't have the angle. Tried to beat Talbot short side. I just don't think you're going to beat him like that. He's too strong on his post. And man, what a play by Michelli to McCabe. Oh, this game has been exciting, man. It's been really good. Really, really good. Like, this is an exciting hockey game. I don't know if the Leafs have just decided, okay, we need to open it up a little bit here. But they are playing exciting hockey, but also, somewhat defensively irresponsible hockey. By the way, January 12th is a Monday, so I'll try to make sure I'm on for that stream. If not, it would be fun if Steve did it with Drew. I think that would be a good stream, but Steve will probably do Saturday night as well. And we also have the OHL Top Prospect stuff the next day. So it's going to be a busy few days. I'll try to get on for that stream, though. Tanev up to Robertson. Puck goes by him. Bernard Docker. Sherratt. 6 minutes to go in this really great hockey game. Domi to Nyes. Nyes gets the puck around. He's trying to get around Edvinsson. Edvinsson using that big body. Domi, Matthews. Stetcher keeps the puck in. 5:27 left in the third. Edvinsson brings the puck up. Larkin. Myers gaps up on him. Pass, a really smart play actually towards Hildeby. Hildeby is quick on the draw with the glove. You know that Larkin was looking for a bounce off the pad rebound sort of play there. Woo! Woo! Baby, this is an exciting Sunday night game. Listen, I want to say this too. The Leafs' MO in like the entire Matthews era was to be terrible on a Sunday. Terrible. Usually they're in the second half of a back-to-back on a Sunday, but like their thing was we're going to be shit on a Sunday. This has been one of the better Sunday games. Now, Time to ask the 8-ball, because someone reminded me in the chat. All right, Magic 8-ball, we're asking you this. Does next goal win in this game? I feel like this is a bit of a layup for the old 8-ball, but let's find out. Does next goal win in this Leafs Red Wings game? Being very specific with the Magic 8-ball, and Magic 8-ball says, don't count on it. I wish I could hold this up to you, but I can't, because then it kind of goes away. But that, it says don't count on it. I don't know if you can see it. So, hey, yay. All right, that means we got a couple of goals, maybe. Sabres just got their 9th straight win. Damn. Sabres are going to take over the division. The Buffalatic. Extra Goodness says, Adam, why did I see you in a commercial for Snow Salt? You mean Alaskan? That was because I am I did some brand work for them like 4 years ago. And then they emailed me like a couple months ago and said, hey, do you mind if we use this stuff? Some of that footage is like 4 years old. And they're like, do you mind if we use this again? I was like, sure. And so they're using it. Did you buy the Alaskan salt? I hope you did. NCL says, where can I see this commercial? It's on, I think they're using it on like Meta platforms. So like Instagram, Facebook, that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm sure listen, I'm sure I could do a better job today, but they wanted to use the old footage. And I was like, okay, you go ahead. Oh, we roll her in, and it almost rolled to the exact wrong place for the Leafs. Marco Kasper had a chance at the side of the net there. He's been kind of good tonight, and I don't like it. Lawton and Lorentz pushing the puck up. Puck is dumped right back into the Leafs zone. Tanev and McCabe out there, the defensive stalwarts. Easton Cowan on this fourth line. He's been a factor tonight. He's an exciting player, man. Especially, like, listen, I know playing him fourth line minutes, people will be like, whatever. Easton Cowan will be fine. And I think he actually plays really well with Lawton and Lorentz. Leafs not gapping up the way they need to there. Detroit able to gain the zone. Patrick Kane down low with Andrew Kopp. DeBrincat trying to steal the puck from Riley. He does. Kane now behind the net. Myers poke checks and is able to give chase and kick that puck loose. Cowan to Riley. The old Riley-Myers pairing that gives everybody heart attacks. They're back together this game, and they have given us heart attacks. But not as many as usual. And this is one of the better games I've seen Myers play. He's had a tough season, no question. But this is one of his better games. You got to give credit where it's due. These are role players. These are depth guys. You just need them to be boring. Oh, big hit by Edvinsson on Tavares. I don't know, did Tavares have the puck there? Edvinsson is a big boy. I hope Tavares is okay. Michelli able to get that puck loose. Tavares is okay. And back in he goes on Sherratt this time. Sherratt and Tavares met in the playoffs when Montreal played Toronto in 2021. The Leafs all got carbon imprints on the mid part of their back because Sherratt loves using that stick for nonsense. Very effective playoff player. Thankfully, he hasn't been back since, but this year might be the year that changes that. Detroit fans, I think, are a little mixed on Ben Sherratt, but if you got into the playoffs with Ben Sherratt, that's a guy that knows how to play playoff hockey, and they don't call penalties in the playoffs, which is nice. So he can do all that crazy shit, and no one's going to call him on it. Myers absolutely wires a shot, and it goes so far wide that it kicks back into the Leafs zone. Detroit going full court press on the Toronto Maple Leafs right now. Their forwards are in full forecheck mode. Austin Matthews sort of harassed through the neutral zone. Leafs get the puck deep. Dakota Joshua finishes his check on Moritz Seider. Edvinsson back out there again. Boy, Todd McClellan's really going to that defense pairing. You can see why. They've been extremely effective. 2:24 left in the third period. Rasmussen back on the ice. Pushing Nick Robertson's stick away with his hand. Robertson gets the puck to Joshua. Joshua chips the puck gingerly out. Robertson and Matthews to change. And out comes Nick Waugh. Oh, and a nice little piece there. Michelli, no, that's Cowan? Cowan. 53 and 63. It's hard to tell sometimes. They kind of skate similarly, too. Wah gets the puck to OEL. OEL tries to make a pass. It's blocked by DeBrincat. Oh, McCabe mishandles it at the blue line. Boy, but you can tell both teams want this. There's 90 seconds left in regulation here. Oh, no! Oh, what a save by... Oh, my God, what a save by Hildeby! And then the cop puts one off the post. Oh, my God! Unbelievable stop by Hildebeest. Unbelievable stop by Dennis Hildeby. Oh, my God, this entire Toronto Maple Leafs team owes him a beautiful steak dinner. What an unbelievable toe save. Never, ever, ever gives up on that puck. And Andrew Kopp had him down. He had him beat, but he did not beat Hildeby, and then he could not beat the crossbar. I got goosebumps, baby. Goosebumps. Unbelievable. What a game we're watching. What a game. Woohoo! Man. So Chris Tanev apparently is hurt, I'm seeing. Has anybody, we got anything on that? I haven't seen any updates on Tanev. I don't even know. It's entirely possible that he's never just going to be fully healthy until the offseason. So, you know, it might have to be, oh boy. Now, Berube putting Domi out here for the last shift is a friggin' choice. And if this bites them, honestly, Berube deserves a ton of bullshit or a ton of shit from the media for this and the fans tomorrow. If it works, great. Here, Bobby McMahon is going to beat. Oh, Bobby McMahon with a great play. Tried to use his speed there. That's exactly a play Bobby McMahon should do. And listen, I know this is the Leafs' top line, but putting Domi out there in a defensive situation when you got a point on the line, get your point, go to overtime. Oh, Stetcher falls. Ooh, and a good recovery there. Woo! Nice. Woo! Poor Troy Stetcher. He's had a couple of rough moments tonight. A couple of moments where you go, oh my God. Do we have anything on Tanev? Has anybody seen anything, heard anything? Update me in the chat. And we are going to overtime, kids. You know what? A game like this deserves overtime. Tanev ate a high stick from Brindacat. Okay, well, hopefully that's like listen, he doesn't have a lot of teeth left to lose. But my hope is that it's something minor like that, not something major. Yeah. Whew. This has been a great game. Whether you're a Wings fan or you're a Leafs fan, this has been a spectacular night. Like my hands are sweating. I've gotten goosebumps several times. The nips are hard, you know? Like let's get crazy here. All right? Couple of great goals from both teams. This has been a classic Christmas original six matchup. Detroit brought the A game with their beautiful new jerseys. I got to say, their jerseys are great. And, okay, so they say Tanev was limping to the dressing room, so maybe he blocked a shot. Oh, my God. Please just be a bruise. Please, God, just be a bruise. Oh. Zamboni Driver says, great game. Who gets the OT winner? That's a good question. Guys, put it in the chat. Tell me now. Give me a Detroit pick. Give me a Toronto pick. Who's getting the game winner? For Toronto, I think because he's having a great game, Bobby McMahon. And I think if they play him in overtime, they might not. Maybe they don't play Bobby McMahon all that much in overtime. If it's not Bobby, it's got to be Austin. And then I'm going to say on Detroit's side, I'm going to say something weird. Let's get crazy. You know, I said he was having a good game because he's had a couple shots. Marco Kasper. So I'm going to say Bobby McMahon and Marco Kasper. Two unsung heroes. I don't know if Marco Kasper even is going to take shift in this, but he's had some good scoring opportunities. I think McClellan should play him at least one shift in OT. So they're saying that Matthews just doesn't look the same in the third period after that puck. Well, yeah. I mean, he's probably hurting. It's probably just a bruise, but here comes Max Domi with Matthews. Oh, Domi couldn't get it to Matthews, and he couldn't get it at the net. Great run, though. Domi's got some wheels, man. Raymond drops the puck. Wow, Larkin drove the net and got absolutely no pushback from Morgan Riley there. Oh, here we go. Shot. Hildeby with a great save. Here comes Morgan Riley. He's going to wait for the Leafs to change. Oh, Tavares with a bit of a sneaky little backhand pass there in a little danger. Is our Portuguese prince being dangerous? Nice shot. And Talbot doesn't know where it is. I think it's in his pads. He thinks it's in his pads. Sneaky little shot by Matthew Nice. Sure would love a Leafs win. I'm not going to lie. Listen, if you're a Detroit Red Wings fan and you're watching this stream, just know I'm completely biased. But I have mad respect for the team that you guys have put together this year. It's been really good. I just would prefer that it wasn't really good tonight. Would that be okay? Man, this has been a great game. Matthews out there with, it looks like Michelli and Ekman Larson. Interesting. Matthews wins the draw, back to Ekman Larson. And you have to think, with OEL out there and a playmaker like Michelli, you know who they're looking for. And Michelli runs a pick. Matthews can't get the angle. Drops for OEL. They're looking for Austin. Michelli's got some good vision too. Red Wings using their skating to be all over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Dropped for Matthews. Matthews with a shot. And it went off the bar. That is a vintage Austin Matthews shot. And it just didn't go in. And here comes Morgan Riley out. Shot. And Dennis Hildeby with a great save. Gets the puck up to Matthews, but he can't get it. Hildeby, you should have covered that. Shit. And they're friggin' hell, man. That's, honestly, I hate to say it. That loss is on Dennis Hildeby. That was a bad play. Bad play leads directly to the goal, and it's Edvinsson with the goal, and he had a great game. Hildeby's got to be smarter there. I know what he was trying to do. That's 100% on him. But that was a great hockey game. And Hildeby was sensational. He was sensational tonight. There was no reason for him to make that play, but I could see why he got excited. And this is what you get sometimes with guys who are younger players, man. He's got to be smarter there. That's a play where you corral it, you get it back to he should have given the puck to Michelli, Edvinsson, and he gets the crowd into it. What a selly. Man. Oh. Meme Empress, Hill denied the win. Thanks, I hate it. Buh. Hill to blow it. Oh, that's brutal. Listen, I want to tell you this. I wasn't totally impressed with Morgan Riley on that overtime as well. I kind of wish OEL had stayed out there. But the Leafs have taken 5 of 6 points in their last 3 games. You're going to lose games in the National Hockey League. If you're going to lose them, better to lose them in overtime. Hildeby played great tonight. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal. I understand why you wanted to get the puck to Matthews, but it was the end of their shift. So you probably actually just want to get it to Michelli. Everybody calm down, reload, and get down the ice. But I got to tell you, at the end of the day, can't hate the Leafs' effort. Can't hate Detroit's effort. It was next goal wins. You lied to us. The Magic 8 Ball continues to be a mystery today. But next goal wins kind of game. Detroit got it. But listen, I want to say this, man. As a Leaf fan, it is so nice to enjoy watching the Leafs again. I don't know what happened with Savard going and the Leafs playing a different format here, but they're at least exciting to watch again. They're watchable again. And I think Matthews had a great game tonight. I think that puck off the front of his skate really stung him. So hopefully that's just a bruise and that's something they can take care of later. But boy, listen, I want to say too also, thank you to everybody for tuning in. That was an exciting, fun hockey game. Loved hanging out with you, and I'm hoping that we get to do this again soon. Hayden, when is my next game? Can you look at the schedule? I don't even know when the next game is that I'm doing. Yeah, so Hayden's going to do that. In the meantime, by the way, there's a bunch of people in the chat saying that wasn't on Hildeby. Whatever you need to tell yourself, it's 100% on Hildeby. He gave up the puck. It's okay. Goalies make mistakes sometimes. It's okay, guys. It's going to be okay. And by the way, he was excellent tonight, and so was Cam Talbot. Absolutely excellent. Supersonic Speed says, apologize for slandering the Red Wings, you rage-baiting clown. Man, you just won the game. Why are you so angry? You're winning the division. Like, you're doing great. And you're worried about what I have to say? Sounds like you're a big baby. Listen, Detroit can win. You'll still be a big baby. And tomorrow you'll wake up and you'll still be a big baby. It's crazy. Keep filling the diaper. What do we got, Hayden? So my next game will be Jan 6th with the Florida Panthers. Man, there's something about Jan 6th that just... Anyway, long story short, that'll be my next game. So until then, I hope that you guys have a phenomenal New Year, including the person who called me a rage-baiting clown. Because listen, whether you're a rage-baiting clown or a diaper-filling baby, that was an exciting hockey game. I had a blast hanging out with you guys. Steve will be back Saturday night. I think this is our last stream of 2025. That's pretty exciting. And man, what a great game. Leafs Red Wings. It's back on, baby. And the Leafs look exciting again. And I'm going to be on that game. I'm going to be at the Leafs game January 1st. So if you are there and you see me, say hi. And other than that, that's it. I love you all. Shout out Detroit Red Wings fans. You guys were awesome tonight. Lots of fun hanging out. Shout out Leaf fans. We got a team that's playing good hockey again. It's exciting. Love you all. See you in 2026.